All right. Good morning, everybody. If you can hear me and if the mic sounds good, hit that number 1, please. And if you can hear me and if the mic sounds good, hit the number 1, please. Trucking, John, Isolationist, Jocko, the Jays, Pam, Abel. Perfect. All right. Well, very quickly, Johnny, thank you. For those of you that watch us in the archive, if you want to have something to continue to watch, then this is completely viewer supported. And the way to support it, which also save yourselves money, is by using code CLAY with any of these platforms. That is case sensitive, so it's got to be CLAY in all caps. I recommend, I love Take Profit Trader. They're currently running a sale right now at 40% off, zero activation fee. So I'm not sure when that deal will end, but so good timing right now if you have not yet at least tried Take Profit Trader. But that is who I use, like I said. But if you're with any of these other people, and like I said, you want to help support the stream while saving yourself money, so whatever promotion any of these other platforms are running, code CLAY will give you whatever that current deal is. So for everybody that has used code CLAY, appreciate it. You are making a difference. And like I said, at the end of the day, the live stream is only a function of can it be viewer supported. But so far so good. You guys have used code CLAY, and you're the reason why we're moving along. So I appreciate it. All right. Well, good morning, everybody. Officially, it is Tuesday, June 23rd. The year is 2026. And unfortunately, we need to have a talk at 11 a.m. Eastern. So 11 a.m. Eastern, somebody please remind me we need to have a talk. And yeah, so we'll get to it then. But hopefully you're all off to a decent start to the day. Tricky day for me. So, Abel, you should not be asking. That just shows me that you're not keeping up in the lounge, are you? You're too busy just posting your wins and relishing everything, and you're not reading any other messages. Good morning, Compound. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. But yeah, how are all your days? Oh, all right. We might have a trade here. As we approach, yeah, what is that? About 25. This pink line here is a 200 SMA. Now, if this is just a full-blown dump, I'm in, then I'm going to be in trouble. Let's see if we can get a little bit more of a bounce here. Take just a little scalp there on that one. Just shy of $100. Well, hey, you know what? That's just proof. That is proof that I was not watching that P&L. Because if I was watching the P&L, there's no way I would have cut myself short of the nice $100. Hey, 6'8", where have you been? Have not seen you in a while. Amazing day for you. Copy, traded 2 accounts and passed them $60 away from pet. Wow. Good job, Evil. You are that is a good day for sure. I might be a little jelly. But like I said, I'll get into it more at 11 a.m. And that way, if people ask, how's your day? How you doing? How's your day? I can just be like, I don't want to talk about it. I talked about it once. I don't feel like talking about it multiple times. But that would not be fair right now, given, technically speaking, you all are early. So nobody is late as of yet. In fact, you are here right now. You are my favorite. Because you guys are early. I don't know if that means some of you have the notifications bell turned on, so you know exactly when I go live, but the people that are here, let me put it this way. The people that give me that one are my favorites, because they are here right from the get-go. They're helping me do the audio check. But it's Taco Tuesday. There will be no tacos. There are no tacos in my future. And the early bird gets the stale Twinkie. And you guys are all early birds. All right, so then you can see over here what I kind of timed up. That bounce came down. Very nice little bounce off that purple line too, the 50 SMA here on the 5-minute. So kind of had good little correlation here. Had that 50 SMA, had the 200 SMA on the 2-minute. So kind of the stars aligned. Hey, good morning, Nor Auto. Bell is on. Bell is on. Bell is. Sorry, what does that mean? All right, do I try again with the bouncer? I think so. I think I will. Well, it's hoping to come down a little bit further than what it did. Now, if this is the start of kind of just the method, I mean, there's been some nasty moves here, right? The brutality of that move, I cannot overstate. Overall uptrend, pulled back, couple of beautiful lower shadow candles right there. Things are looking great, and then in one candle, whoosh, the savagery of that move. I mean, so let me put it this way: if this part of the chart got you, I totally understand. What makes that so absolutely savage, so absolutely tricky, is how much it made sense for you to have, been feeling bullish at that point. Oh, the notification bell. Gotcha. Sorry, I probably should have put that together. So yeah, that move right there, brutal. This one not as bad, but still, big move. Doji starting to act like it wants to come up, and then once again, whoosh. And then from the shorts, and I kind of sort of called this. Now, granted, I didn't make any money from it, but so many upper shadows, and then it finally pushed up. So knock out I was saying half serious, half joking, but like, okay, well, now that this whole movement here suckered in probably a bunch of shorts, again, I can see why people would be wanting to get short. You're at 30,000, all these upper shadows, and then right there pushed up, knocked out all the shorts, and then now it started to drift back down. So, yeah. Today, for me, has been very, very tricky, and I can see for others. But if you're having a great day, if you're like, Clay, man, I could not ask for better movement. Well, then, kick rock. No, I'm kidding. I mean, good. I'm jelly happy for you. I'm happy with some jelly on top. How's that? It's a jelly happy sandwich. Hey, Popsito. Hey, Yosef. You are early today, brother. I'm early every day. You must not have the notification bell turned on. If you did, you know that usually I'm live. Here's a hint. I say 11, but usually it's like 10:45. I try to be on by. And I do that just in case there's any sort of technical issues that pop up last second. That gives me at least 15 minutes to figure stuff out. So, okay, so I wonder what language this is. So, like, Jim said hi, but then Google or YouTube translated that to this. So, what language is hi actually this? It's funny. It's interesting to see. I don't know if I like this translation tool or not. I wonder if I can turn it off. I'd much rather just have somebody else. Okay, all right. Can't talk. We were right back. All right. Is this going to now dump down through? All right, I'm going to try it. It's bounced from here before. Let's see if we can get another bit of a bounce from it again here. Okay, another little scalp there on that one. Again, these moves are savagery. Once more, I understand people feeling bullish. Came down, nice consolidation at the 200, acting like it was wanted to be strong, and then one candle, whoop, all gone. There's no way I'm touching this. Because right now, history seems to be... Wow. This is some crazy stuff right now. Abel, please. Okay. Are you just now realizing this, Abel? I think we might have a teachable moment here for you. Did you just now realize ATR is high? Base hit scalps for me. Yeah, Jocko, that's probably the smart way to go about it. Okay, what? Okay, that didn't answer my question. Are you just now realizing that the ATR is high? I think there could be. I think I could give you some constructive criticism, but you've got to engage with the conversation. Yes, I did right now realize. Okay, then I would submit to you that you kind of got lucky with those trades earlier. The fact that you took those trades again, congrats, worked out well. But the fact you're like easiest trade I've made. That's how tricky the market is. We have Abel not even realizing that there's a high ATR, put on trades, and I mean, do you see? You kind of want to consider the ATR before you start putting on trades. So the fact that you're just now realizing that the ATR is high after the trades you've made, obviously logic therefore says you did not know that the ATR was high when you made those trades, which at some point, Abel, is going to get you roasted. Roasted. And I don't want to see that happen because I mean, you got to be getting close to getting a payout on those Apex accounts, which you have, what, 20 of? So I'd hate to see it, Abel. So maybe, brother, friendly reminder, check the ATR before you start putting on trades. Kind of a good rule of thumb, brother. Hey, congrats, Charles. I mean, to be fair, the trading gods are on your side today, Abel. You were playing with fire without even realizing you were playing with fire. But I'm glad it all worked out. 4 times the ticket. Hey, that's not bad at all, Charles. It only took you 4 tries. Not bad at all. Okay, I did think that this thing was going to let loose a little bit quicker than what it has. So maybe, just maybe, this is actually leveling out here. Or is that what the market wants me to think right before it dumps again? Yes, I thought that, I mean, sure, it broke down below, but that in my mind, I was thinking it'd want to make a little bit more of a move down below. So I don't know. I want to see how this 5-minute candle finishes. Right now, looking really good. Hammer candle with the fake break of the 50 SMA. However, to be fair, this candle still got 2 minutes before it's done moving around. So I'm going to wait to see how this candle ultimately closes before I make any sort of further decisions. Z3, I don't know if Z3 is here right now. But I'm gonna toot my own horn. A student of the mentorship, passed first try, and not YOLOing or anything like that. He got punched in the face at first, but then recovered thanks to the risk management. So brought a tear to my eye. As the mentor to see the mentoree. I think that's the right language. I'm the mentor. He is the mentoree. I think that's how the legal language goes. Zach, yeah, I think kind of like when do you get moved to Pro Plus? There doesn't really seem to be any rhyme or reason. It also, as far as the time is concerned, it seems like there's not like, okay, it takes 3 days to go from Pro to Pro Plus. It seems like that time space is kind of different for everybody. The mentee. Okay, that sounds right. The mentee. Yeah. No, close enough is not. No. Close enough gets you in trouble, especially in trading. That's close enough to my strategy. That's close enough to my setup. The close enough voice has cost me countless dollars over the past 20 years. That is one of the most savage voices, I would say, in the voice village that we have as traders. The close enough voice. Yes, it really caused. That's isolationist. That is why around here constantly preaching racehorse model, so that you're not tempted to pay that price. Because for that price, you could go and buy 5 or 6 test accounts. That is one of the reasons why the racehorse model is important, is because it'll when the emotions, when the irritation is running high, and you're going to want to just hit that reset button on the pro, it's like, wait a second, good thing I have another pro waiting for me in the stable. You too? Yeah, see? There you go. See, compound, that's a lot better. If your setup is exactly, well, then that's a good trade. Yeah, Zach, I wish I could give you more of a black and white answer, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure they know yet either. Um I think they're still crunching numbers and figuring out what, but yeah, I do not know. Nice to see you green today, Clay. Well, Serpent God, okay, wait, timestamp of, okay, 16 and a half minutes. So help me remember that if people ask throughout the day, hey, how's your day, blah, 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 just say 16 and a half minutes. So you say, nice to see you green today, Clay. Well, that's a bit deceitful because unfortunately for me, I had one of these emails show up. At 9:53 a.m., your Tradovate Pro account has been disabled. Wah, wah. So it actually happened on NQ right here. I was looking at that. Whoops. I was looking at this situation. I'm like, okay, upper shadows, pullback, upper shadows, getting some bit of a pullback here. Okay, upper shadow. Let me look for a pullback down around here. I'm not looking for a reversal because there have been no reversals. There have been pullbacks. Oh, look, we have the upper shadow here at the 200 SMA. All right, let's get that little bit of a pullback. No, there was no pullback. So right there, cooked. I got a little bit more aggressive with it, but it was one of those where so the ROI was there. It's fine. The numbers paid for themselves. It's, overall, and this is what I'm more so talking to myself right now. It is fine, Clay. Ultimately, it is fine. The numbers are fine. This account paid for itself. The ROI was whatever. So the way I look at it, this was all a profitable trade. The numbers are ultimately fine. However, in the prop firm space, for me at least, it's just never fun to cook a pro. I mean, it's never fun to cook any account, but there's that extra level of when you cook a pro account, not enjoyable. And then I vowed, nope, I'm done. So a bit of a rule break. However, I think to my credit, it was a good decision. So let me pull this up real quick because I know some of it. So by the time I could get the screenshot, my other pro account was gone already. But I did fire up a whole new pro, off to a good start on that. And that had to do with, like I said, the VWAP action here. But as much as it pains me to say it, I don't want to call this right here luck, because it wasn't luck. But was it me playing with fire? Was it me kind of dousing things in gas? It was. And I need to chill out. I need to just be like, especially, and I will say this has been a good decision to now fire up the test account here, just because there has been some moments where I would have for sure been cooked. Like I said, these moments here, I mean, there's been some tricky action happening. So no, it was not a DCA cook. It just, I took on bigger size, and when it pushed up like that, yeah. I mean, that was basically a 90-some point move. No need to DCA when it's moving like that. So yes. Now did I to the point was, hey Clay, who said that? Serpent. Nice to see you green today, Clay. Again, and this is just as an FYI, if I wanted to play the game is, yep, I'm green, things are great, right? Did I have to do that? No. But at the end of the day, like, who cares? Who cares? If let me put it this way, if anybody is giving you vibes that they don't lose, or it's like, run the other way, please, because I'm telling you right now, it's easy to play games. It's easy to play games because here's Serpent God. Nice to see you green today, Clay, and I could have rolled with that. So I am not green today. I'm actually red. Just because, well, no, this is where it gets difficult with prop firms. But I am green overall. Okay, let me put it this way. I will not be taking a payout today. In fact, let me put it this way. I better not be taking a payout today, because if I take a payout, that means I've fired back up the pro, and I've taken some big old risks to try to get above the buffer. So let me put it this way. If I do take a payout today, it means I have broken multiple rules, because technically I wasn't even supposed to. I said, no, Clay, don't fire up another pro. You're not mentally able. And this all makes more sense, especially if you watch yesterday's live stream. Yesterday's live stream already talked about how, I don't know, I was just off. And I don't want to say that translated to today, because I'll die by that setup. That was a good setup. It just didn't work. So I don't want to say like it was a deranged trade that I took. It just didn't work out. But nonetheless, I'm on shaky ground. So I've already had one rule break by firing up the pro. So in other words, it is not a green day. Green day being defined as, will I be taking a payout at the end of the day? I will not. So just take base hits, neuro trading. Base hits. You can beat the intraday trailing drawdown with swinging big for grand slams, but it is way trickier that way. So just take base hits. Clay, how do you stay so beautiful? Genetics. When your father is Zeus, it just it is what it is. So that is my day. So I am deeming it best for me to, and just as an FYI on the screenshot here, these are just, they're past. So I'm just doing flip days on them. So again, I'll be putting more horses in the stable, but yeah. Bird's eye of any. All right. Well, when you're talking July, August, so reversion to mean, that sounds like you're more of like an investor or swing trader with stuff like that. I woke up and saw an email on my camera blew up, so I lost it. Yeah, isn't that crazy? And that's the thing. That can so happen on live accounts, HDemis. Thank you for sharing that. Sorry that it happened to you, but I cooked a couple accounts with those too. With I don't know, it's weird. I think it's just new platform. You're trying to get used to a new platform. The platform makes putting orders in so easy. Like I can click and boom, just like that. That is how easy it is to put in, the orders just when you're trading from the chart here. So I think that's why so many new people usually have the experience of having cooked at least one test account and unfortunately some pro accounts by like forgetting orders. I've gotten a lot better at it because part of the habit is you're always going to want to be clicking that button up there. But yeah, much better to just lose $100 compared to the potentially thousands. Hey, good morning, Homer. Hey, good morning, Sam. But anyway, so there's my day. No payouts for me today. Good news front, I'm getting close to buffer on that pro, so hopefully I can just keep chipping away at that, get that back to the buffer, and get that paid for itself, and then just have build the ROI. So, but yeah, whoa, gold. What is up with these moves today? So many where it's kind of green, and then whoosh. Hey, nah, it's okay. I mean, again, it's all relatively speaking. Did I have a bad morning? Sure. I lost an account, but did I have a bad morning? Am I having a bad week or a bad day from a numerical standpoint? No, because of just how prop firms work. Like the ROI was still there, still a positive ROI, which I understand if you're not familiar with prop firms, all this stuff. I probably sound very sketchy how I'm trying to talk out both sides of my mouth. Like, well, yeah, I blew up an account, but it's actually still fine. I still made money. Like, wait, that's a contradiction. How could you blow up an account, meaning losing thousands of dollars, yet somehow you're so proud? Like, wait, what? I get it. But stick around and you'll see just the power of prop firms and how the math is very, it seems like a scam, but it's not. I don't know. I don't know, James. That's a good question. I can't say I track all that stuff. I mean, I kind of mentally track it, like to know where I'm at. But yeah, I don't know. In a weird way, and this could be maybe this is very poor on my part, but like the more I trade, the more I like try. Yes, I'm keeping track of numbers from like a broad kind of bird's eye view to make sure like things are not spinning out of control, right? Man, Clay, you spent, and I'll just keep the math easy. You spent $1,000 to make $400. Like that's okay. Yeah, broadly speaking, that's but like individual, how much this, or especially, and it all started with win streaks. Like I used to like factor in, okay, man, this is my XYZ green day in a row. But as I've talked about before, and I've done videos on it too, but like that's really dangerous. That for me, that's a dangerous stat to have, the win streak stack, because then I found myself starting to break rules, starting to get a little loose, starting to in the name of, well, let's keep the win streak going, right? Let's keep it going. Why? Well, just to improve the statistics. Like that would be a new statistic. Okay, but does that actually matter? Like a new statistic that is better. So taking a win streak from 9 to 10 days. Yeah, that's cool that I can say now 10 versus 9, but like practically speaking, who cares? That's all ego-based trading. So, same with like, well, how much money have you made in a single trade? I don't know. And I don't want to know that. Why? Because now I'm always going to be kind of, because I'm competitive. Now, okay, let's see if I can beat that. Okay, I'm looking at green, but man, if I hold just for a little bit longer, I'll be able to set a new record. Why? Why does that matter to set a new record? If the trade plan says you should probably be getting out right now, then get out right now. Same with that. Well, what's the most money you've ever made in an account? I don't know. Because I don't want to set myself up. I don't want to have the temptation of, okay, oh, I'm so close to setting a new record for most money made in an account. Let me go. And then I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing? So that is where me and statistics, again, I'm not saying statistics are worthless, but that's why I keep it more bird's eye. So I don't know. And I think by nature you need to be a competitive person to have any chance at all to be, because this is a very competitive sport. At the end of the day, you need to be competitive. Now that doesn't mean musical people are very competitive, right? When you're doing all that stuff, that there's an attribute of competition to learn how to do that. So you've got to be competitive in nature. But that's also why trading's hard, because you have to be competitive, but don't be too. If one of you could explain why I'm getting hair under my armpits, that would be very helpful. I'm not sure what's going on with my voice either, but yeah. Anyway, send me an email if you could explain why hair is showing up in weird places all of a sudden. Anyways, I don't even know what I was saying now, but yeah. At the end of the day, I just want to keep my stats very bird's eye view. Am I talking to you? About what? About which one? I just talked a lot. Bro, can we make some money, please? Yeah, buy right now. All in right now. Muff, foo, to, foo. All in. Hurry up. Did you go all in yet? Buy. Come on. All in. Call up your banker. Be like, can I get a second mortgage on my home? And then use that cash. Get long. Are you long yet, Mofutu? Wow, dude just clammed up. I don't care what it is. Did you get long? I told you to get long. Don't be wasting time. Foo. You long or what? Oh, yeah. No, I was actually going to ask you about that, Brian. And I was like, okay, are you doing that because that's your trade plan, or are you doing that because like you're going for a new a new statistical record? I was going to ask you that, but I got distracted. Killable. Fufu Magoo, I told you to get short. Why do you get short? You'd be up so much. Look at it going down, Mufu Magoo. Can I just call you Mr. Magoo? Dang. Told you to get short, man. I told you to get it all in short. What are you doing? Dang. We just are putzing around. I am interested down here at overnight low. That still seems pretty far away though at this point, but I suppose things could open up. Maybe we get a candle like this and it brings that. I guess right. I mean, there may be something right there, but we're kind of in the middle of no man's land right now from a pullback perspective. Where'd Mufu Magoo go? I told you to get short, dude. That's crazy. Told you to get short. Can we make some money, please? Yeah, I told you to get short. Dang, he's gone. He's gone. It's crazy. Crickets. I know. I'd be upset too if I had a chance to make money and I didn't. I clearly said to go short from the get-go. There is no way at all that I said to get long. I definitely did not say that. Yeah, I was just wondering, Brian. Like I said, if that was just your trade plan, because that's what the chart suggested, and it just would have happened to be a new record, that's way different than saying, okay, let me just build a trade plan for the sake of getting a new record. But yeah, if that just naturally came about, then that's fine. But I did find that I'm like, talking about going for a new record. Hey, good morning, Max. Morning, Clay. Cooked my pro last night. Good job, W4. Sounds like that is the racehorse model in motion. But I still sorry to hear that you cooked the pro account. You did say to buy though. No, I definitely said to get short, Rashad. There's no way that I said to go long. There's no way I said to call up his banker, get a second mortgage, and go long. I definitely did not say any of that. Rashad, you need to call up the ear doctor and say, Doc, I can't hear right. Hey, sugar. It's easy to hold one after you have scaled out. Heck no, I don't reset a pro account. Dude, do you know how expensive that is? To reset, for the price of one pro reset, you could go buy 5 or 6 test accounts. And let's say you cook half of those accounts you're able to buy. You still walk away with double the amount of pro accounts in the longer run. But yes, for the people that are get rich right now, have zero patience. Again, patience reveals itself in many forms in trading. A lot of times, and I'm equally as guilty, like when I hear about patience in trading, I mean, I feel like, okay, you got to wait for the right entry point. That's what we mean. Okay, just wait for the right setup. But it's like, no, patience can come in the form of, there's no better example than, why would you ever reset a pro account? Take that same money, buy way more accounts, and then eventually you'll have even more pro accounts, and then you can make even more money because then you can copy trade those accounts. Does it take a little extra time? Sure, but just be patient about it. It is what it is. It paid for itself and the eval at least. Yeah, exactly. W4. I'm like I said, if you look at the ROI, you're probably up over 100% on the ROI, which is kind of crazy when you stop thinking about it. Looking for a good pop to short. Roger that, Bryn. Usually mental patience. Rick Summerclay, I've been trading for. Yes, I do, Rick. Especially as somebody that's just a beginner to the prop firm space. They're definitely the best place to start. So given you're what I would consider a beginner prop firm trader, obviously not a beginner trader, yeah, take Profit Trader. That's who still I use and certainly recommend for your situation. Code Clay all caps right now gets you 40% off and then no activation fee. Hey, all right, Compton, you're back to your other name. Yeah, exactly, Ty. Exactly. Yeah, no, it's a brilliant business model on their part. Like when I put on my businessman cap, I'm like, that's smart. API. I don't even know the API. So I don't think so. Isolationist, but to be fair, maybe I have, and I just didn't know that what I was experiencing is called an API limit. But no, not that I'm aware of. Oh yeah, very nice W4. Now you got me curious. What was your actual ROI? You said you had to put up $450 worth of expenses for your accounts, but then you got $1,700 in payouts. So what is that? Nice. 278% ROI. Not too shabby, my friend. Not too shabby. Good job. I can't believe Magoo's gone. Where did Mafu Magoo go? What a dent. I was hoping he'd hang out a little bit more. He probably did. He probably went long because he's a total lazy, dented, whatever. And now he got cooked. Like I said, for me, we're kind of in the middle of no man's land, so I don't really know what to do with this. You're welcome, Rick. No, Barbara's been gone a long time. Hope not too late to ask. Well, I don't know. It might be too late to ask. I don't know. Am I the only one that watches this after my training is done for the day, or am I weird like that? No. Other people have said that. You know, I'm done for the day, but I'm kind of just here to chill, to hang out with my fellow baboons. Hey, Dingaling's back. Have you saved anybody? Have you saved anybody's lives in South Carolina recently? Hey, look, everybody, Dingaling's back. It's crazy. It's been like what? A few weeks? A month? Yeah. What is this done for the day you speak of? That's true. Yeah, Barbara's on her private island. Bobos, how you doing? Could be better. If you want more details, the 16.5-minute mark, I go over my day. Basically. Yeah. No, yeah, there's other people that do that soul train, and I appreciate it. I maxed out for the day in the 150K. Good job, Compton. No save as of yet. Well, you just keep your eyes open. Your day will your day will come. The Baywatch music you'll just hear start to play out of nowhere. Where it comes from, I don't know. But in my mind, whenever a lifeguard has to save somebody, Baywatch music just starts to play. So just keep your eye out. Hasselhoff will be cheering you on from the shore. Pamela will be ready to greet you upon your return and say, "Well done." I'm gone for a month. I went on tilt. Well, and what did you learn, Compton, in your time away? What did you learn? Okay, when I get my save. I mean, you can't call me, but like you can show up here and let us know. NVIDIA threat. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Kind of. What space? Oh, Dark Soul. Did it actually break? Okay, I can't even tell. SpaceX just cooking people. Those brokers, I mean, granted, it's not a real thing. But if it were a real thing, oh, look at that. It broke below where it even opened. All its gains, gone. Those brokers are getting tired on the phones with those margin calls. What happens when an account is passed? Have you passed an account, nor auto trading? Okay, yeah, just give me a call then, ding-a-ling. Oh, did it go well under? No. Okay, well, Noro auto trading, I appreciate you trying to look 38 bridges ahead. Again, there's a lot to be respected about people that like to have like full understanding. They're looking 87 bridges ahead. But one bridge at a time. Just get it past, Noro auto trading. Just get it past, brother. Let's cross one bridge at a time. It's sort of like when people show up to the world of trading, and again, I appreciate where they're coming from, but they want to talk tax strategy. And I'm just like, brother, sister, furry, how about you just get to break even first? Let's just focus on break even. And then maybe, just maybe, you can start to dabble in tax strategies for traders. But brother, you're so, again, I appreciate where you're coming from. All right, have a good one, ding-a-ling. Government going to ban prop firms. I love Bryn just making stuff up out of nowhere. That's good stuff. Prop firms are nothing new, by the way. They've existed in the world of Forex for a very long time. They are newer to futures, but like the concept is not anything new, which is why when people are like, do you think they're going to get banned? My answer is no. Well, to be fair, it might have just been a typo. Or maybe English is not his first language. I don't know. I got lucky, put in options trade, made 12K today. Okay, so I'm not quite sure you really learned anything from your time away, Compton. It sounds like you're back. You YOLO'd. Thankfully, you got lucky. You made 12,000. But yeah, that's true too, Ty. Plus, all like this, what the Kelshi or whatever that one site is. Not to mention Robinhood is basically like just flat out betting thing now because you can, yeah. But again, I think Bryn is just, he literally was just like, he took a sniff from that paint can and then just started typing. I think that's what Bryn's doing right now. What color paint is it? Do different color paints have different smells, Bryn, or how does that work? Is like Sherwin-Williams black paint, like black licorice, and then you go and smell like a green and it's like green apple? Like, how does that work from a paint sniffing standpoint? Red today. So, like, yeah, what does that smell like? Is that like cherry or strawberry or what? Yeah, that's how it usually goes, Soul Train. And that is why trading is very hard. We had talked about that yesterday. Because trading, you could literally do the dumbest things ever. Like, I could concede you don't do a single thing right, and you could still make money. The problem is just in that isolated event. If you continue to behave in that exact same way over time, the market will get its money back and then some. But that is, it sounds cool. It sounds cool. But imagine if that was not the case. Imagine if you did something wrong, automatically made money or lost money. That would be so convenient because then logic would flow. Okay, I lost money, therefore I did something wrong. But it doesn't work like that because sometimes you lose money just because it just didn't work out. It doesn't mean you did anything wrong. Getting annihilated following watching professional traders start scalping, and I'm back on track. Yeah, didn't you buy like another account last week? What was it, last Tuesday you were waiting? You still have that account, or is that one cooked? Like when I was trying to lose. Yeah, and exactly, Z3. Did you fire up a new account yet, Z3? Or are you just going to go with the one? Are you doing the racehorse model or no? This is just so frustrating. Right now, I don't know what to do with this because, as I mentioned earlier, I am interested at the overnight low, but it's just the slow and steady drift. This action is, I don't know. They're making prop firms for everything. At some point, they're going to realize how much money they're losing. Who is losing? Who is losing money, Bryn? And if you answer the government, that would be incorrect. Bryn, who is going to lose money? Take another sniff of that red paint. Who is going to lose money? Yeah, Z3, yeah. The flaw with that might be you might be all puckered up now when you try to trade that pro. Government. How are they losing money? Again, okay, Bryn, okay, maybe this is what you think. Maybe you think prop firms are like some sort of black market deal where like people are able to make profits and then like not pay taxes on it. That is completely not true. In fact, to be straightforward, technically speaking, trading futures with your own funds gives you a little bit better of a tax advantage compared to prop firms. Because with prop firms, it's just a 1099. Now, for the vast majority of people, do these differences actually matter? No. Because as we just about, first you just got to show you can make money. So in all actuality, Bryn, the government likes prop firms more because they actually get a little bit more money via taxes because it's just a 1099. Not to mention, the prop firm companies, they have to pay taxes on all this revenue. So they're also, the government is getting their piece of the pie. So Bryn, stop sniffing paint. You literally just defeated yourself. Per your own logic, governments would like prop firms more because the tax advantage, the taxes they collect benefits them from the way prop firms are modeled. One of their goals is to pump the stock market. What? What does that have to do with anything? What are you talking about? Do you realize, Bryn, that the vast majority of people that are in the stock market are investors? It's just investors. It's people that, okay, hey, so-and-so, it's Buffett. I need you to pick me up 100,000 shares of XYZ. And then maybe the phone call comes in 3 years later. All right, can you please get rid of those 100,000 shares? Like the vast majority of money in the market is from investors. You seem to think, well, if we remove all the day traders because they all move to the prop firms, the government's not going to like that because that won't allow the market to get pumped. Yeah, but day traders are a very small shred of things. Can you claim evals as an expense? Well, James, talk to your local tax professional. Whether that be a tax attorney or a local CPA, talk to them. The only tax advice I give is this. If you're making money as a trader, you're going to have to pay taxes on it. Beyond that, talk to your local tax professional. Hey, Nell. I had to get in touch with TradeOvate to reset my API limits. Yeah, I don't know what that even is. Retail traders make up less than 10% of the entire market. Retail is considered to be any trades less than 1,000. Yeah. Okay, my bad. Put down the. All right, everybody, set down the rocks. All right. Potentially a short here. Look for a rejection here off the 21 EMA. I am short. Okay, stop is at break even now. Come on, hit that first target. Risk is off the table low, so that's good. Just need the dump to continue right now. And it didn't. Okay. Maybe try again. Let's see. But right now, the 21 EMA doing its job. What'd you do? My job. Mighty Ducks. After McGill cross-checks Adam Banks. And then Adam Banks gets hurt. And then Larson, his buddy, turns around and says, what did you do? And McGill's, my job. It's almost as if I watched Mighty Ducks recently with some of my kids. Almost. I made too many actions in 60 minutes. Did you go on tilt or something? Hindsight coulda, shoulda, woulda. Just given that thing more room, but it is what it is. I'm trading nervous, Clay. Well, what are you trading? Are you trading a pro account? That is a good part. Okay. All right, get on the scale. Oh, get off the skill. Turn it off. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, we can't talk right now. Wow, another beautiful rollover, and I went and again, I'm hindsight critiquing myself, but well, this is the power of independent thinking, right? Because for some of you, hopefully you're like, okay, Clay, I agree. That does look like a good entry point. However, Clay, because I'm an independent thinker, we're going to have to just be mature adults here. We're going to have to agree to disagree. I disagree with the scale, or I disagree with moving your stop to where it is. I'm going to leave it up here, let it cook. And guess what? Your independent thinking just puts you in a beautiful trade. Wait, Dingling, are you trading now? Are you a trader now? If I remember right, last time you were here, you said you're just kind of going around to random live streams. Are you actually in the game now? I was trying to buy red, see green, scalping strategy. Buy red, see green? Yeah, I have no idea what you even mean by that. Other than, I'm assuming you buy when you see a red candle, and then what, you're just supposed to take profit as soon as you see green? Paper train. Well, cool, Dingaling. I'm up $200 in 2 weeks. Well, good job, Dingaling. And I'm not trying to rain on your parade, but just know this: when you officially have skin in the game, and some of your money in the game, you will notice that you have voices that live in your head. Trading is one of the few things that'll introduce you to these voices. All right, I am going to try to catch a knife here. Now, I'm not going to call it a degenerate knife catch, but it is a knife catch, and there will be some logic behind it. Looking for the overnight low, which has produced the bounce there and there. Does that mean, therefore, guaranteed it will produce a bounce again? It does not mean that. But I wouldn't call this just, if I were to buy down there, like a random entry. Lost to, oh, sorry to hear that. I also did not have the greatest of mornings. So yeah, for anybody that cooked an account today, I am with you. And unfortunately for me, I always enjoy saying, well, I don't enjoy it, but it's way more enjoyable, relatively speaking, to say, yeah, I cooked account, but thankfully not a pro account. However, today I cannot say that. The account I cooked was a pro account. All my real money algos had record-breaking losses today. Well, Mihai, maybe someday you'll join us in the world of prop firms, but which I just don't understand. Because you are clearly a guy that understands math if you're running algos. I just don't get it. I just don't understand how somebody that is so good in math can see the math of prop firms and not be like, no, I'm not going to give that a try. I don't get it. Up 614 on one and down 390 on another. Oh, that's better than cooking them. I am interested in another short. I don't know about. Let me put it this way. This is an interesting stop location if I were to get short. I cooked in a. Oh, sorry to hear that, Daniel. Yes. Now I can't be too sad about it because within the numbers, the account, it had reached payout status, so it paid for itself. The ROI was fine, but still, it's never fun. It's never fun. The market is dumping heavy. This week has been the biggest dump ever. Probably the news. I don't know about the biggest dump ever because what was that? 3 weeks ago when we had that new record-setting day, the market was down like 1,400 points in one day. So I don't know if this has been, and not to mention it's only Tuesday. So I don't know about this week being the biggest dump ever. Was it 2 weeks ago? The headlines were something about like the tech stocks, the microchips, semiconductors, all that. Okay, well, in order to answer that question, right here, depending on this, right? So if you wanna start to get good ROI on this one on the 25K, you need to make $90. At $90, your risk is off the table. And by the way, the per month here is just during the test phase, which is why I always say aim to pass within 1 month. That way, that fee goes away, and then quite literally, your all-in risk is $90. On the 50K, you'd have to make 102 to take risk off the table. Which is why these ROIs. So this came from W4. He bought $450 worth of accounts, and then ultimately one of the accounts paid him $1,700. So his ROI turned out to be 278%. Not bad. Cooking an eval close to passing hurts. I don't know, W4. I don't know. I can see that. Like, I'm not going to call that a crazy feeling. Up for debate. I'm not sure I'd land on the same spot, but I can see it. But man, cooking a pro is just not fun. And especially cooking a pro in, above the buffer is even more not fun. Yeah, Somar. I think he might just be having a bad day, and he's talking hyperbolic language right now because he's upset. That'd be my guess. Yeah, true, Homer. We can all pro traders who rant over risk and have burner accounts. Okay, I don't know what that's in regards to. You can cook an account. Correct, you can, Mihai. These are some big ranges. Clay, I passed a TBT test, never got an email. You just have to make your drawdown. So whatever your drawdown was on the account you purchased, so for example, on the 50K, your buffer would be 2,000. Zokru, you're like having conversations with yourself, my friend. I don't know. What are you talking? Are you, if you were talking with somebody else, if you don't mind tagging the person, that helps me out. But right now, you seem to be just saying random things. But I don't, maybe you're having a discussion with somebody else. So, like, for just everybody, it does help me out. If you are talking with somebody else, which I love to see, by the way, I love to see you guys talk with each other, joke around with each other. But if you don't mind tagging that person, that tells me that you're not referring to me, so I don't get confused. Yeah, it wasn't fun losing the pro, but I guess. No, I like I said, W4, I'm not saying you're wrong, especially when it's close to passing. Yeah, people that are saying they make 100,000 a month. Again, logically possible. Sure, it is logically possible. There's no inherent like contradictions of that. But like reasonable, no. Dingaling, your first goal is just to get to break even. That's your first goal. To just simply not lose money. Don't even worry about making money. Just let's see if you can consistently break even. That is your goal. So let's cross one bridge at a time. Hey, JP. Morning, JJ. It is not a lie. You can make trading. You can make very good money, but that does not mean it'll be the hardest thing. Well, let me take a step back. I would assume rescuing a drowning person, since you're a lifeguard, would probably is probably right up there. So I will not say that trading will be the hardest thing you'll ever do, but it'll be up high on that list because you're going to meet a bunch of voices. Okay, Zokru I don't understand this guy. Like, is he a bot? What is? I think he does it on purpose. I think he's just playing like a role. He's saying stuff randomly on purpose. So I'm just going to ignore it at this point. Clay, do you mind if I mash the like button? I'm thinking you meant smash, but I don't know if you did not mean that, then I don't know what mash is, so I might mind. If you had a business for home solutions, do you have advice for advertising? I don't know. I think Facebook ads is a decent spot to just try out. How long? Oh, I don't know. I don't know how long I've been profitable. Because the question with that's hard is you don't ever really know. And what I mean by that is, and I'll like give me a 5 in the chat if you thought you figured things out as a trader. If you thought you were profitable, and then the market's like, "What are you talking about? You're not profitable." Has anybody ever had a false alarm? Give me a 5. So that's where it's not like, at least for me, it was not like I can wake up and be like, it was October 17th. The year was 1987. It was a cool, crisp day. There was a robin chirping outside my window. And it was that day that I became profitable. So yeah, I don't know how long, because it doesn't really work like that. Yeah, look, yeah, see all the 5s? Yes. Again, it's not a lie. I mean, the richest people in the world are involved in the markets. Like Elon Musk is as rich as he is because of the markets, because of the stock he owns and markets, blah, blah, blah. So sure, is Elon Musk like a stock market guy? Not directly, but he is. That's where his wealth came from, because his you get stock and stuff like that. So yeah, no, you can make a lot of money. But again, I want to hammer home. Just because you can logically make a lot of money does not mean that it's easy to do any of that. But no, logically speaking, it is not a lie. Who is this Chin? What in the world? Chin May for growth. Is that a bot? Is he a bot or what? All right, looking for a short here after this candle. This is looking pretty spicy. Okay, I'm short. Look at that candle. That's beautiful. Let's see if it can deliver, though. What? Look at the 21 EMA. Once again, is that a holy grail indicator? It's not. But as I always say, is it one that I really strongly think that you should at least experiment with? It is. It is. And here's our most recent example. Just in case there's like a quick dump. I am not a bot. Well, brother, if that question is that important, feel free to super chat it up. Let me be very clear. Oh, I see, Clay. So in order for me to answer, for you to answer a question or interact with me, I have to super chat. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, if it's the question isn't important to the point where you're literally going to spam the chat with it, just super chat it. Because the quickest way for me to ignore a question or comment is to start to spam something. Because it shows a complete lack of respect and patience to everybody else around you that you can't just wait your turn. But again, if it is that important, super chat, questions, comments, I will see right away. So, Chin May for growth. If it is that important, then my friend, by all means, feel free to drop a super chat. What happened to my candles? What do you mean? What? Are you serious? Oh boy. I'm having flashbacks to the pro account. What kind of garbage move was that? All right, I got to get out of that. Oh my goodness. Wow. Look at that. What? That was like the most beautiful. Okay. All right, CDP. What is this? What is the comrade? What is he talking about? What happened to my is this not what your chart looks like, comrade? Neil, don't even try to hindsight. You're going to go so quick to that timeout room as if it was obvious like that was going to happen. Give me a break. I love me some hindsight armchair quarterbacking. Clay, it's so obvious it was going to bounce. Did you not see the Norwegian VWAP right there? What a dent. This guy sucks. He clearly was not watching the Zimbabwe pivot point. So obvious it was going to bounce. Who doesn't use the Zimbabwe midday pivot point? You just know better, Neil, because you know full well that you have losing trades. And it would be the equivalent of me showing up at your losing trade, using hindsight to point out why it was a losing trade. Right? You're better than that. Or at least you should know better than that. Wow, what a move. Good, Neil. I would expect that from like a newbie, but like you know better than that. As someone that knows how the market works, you should know better than hindsight analyze somebody. Cook the account on that one. That was a stupid move. That's true. I'm sorry. I just need to trade. Yeah, just trade the 500-point range. All right, 5-minute right here. Basically, just got rejected. We're up in this little miniature resistance zone, so I am interested in a potential short here. Oh yeah, I would take that setup again. No, I've never used hollow candles. Hey Clay, I'm long. Roger that, Grant. Looking for a short right there. Yeah, just It's yeah, it's so obvious. It's so obvious in hindsight. Oh boy. If this suckers me in, then so be it. Okay, I'll take a little scalp there. Just a little scalp. That was a bit of a chase. But I was willing to chase because I liked it enough to think I could get a scalp out of it. Which means it'll probably dump. Watch it dump right now. Just to try to continually trigger me. Yeah, what is up with this? I don't want this. Turn off. There we go. I did trade the overnight session, which, yeah, the overnight session was wild. Let me put it this way. If you're an American, wait, what do you mean you traded the overnight session? Like the big dump for the market happened at like, what was it, like 2 a.m. Eastern? So I suppose if you're on the West Coast, that was 11 o'clock for you. So, okay, that's not too sketchy. But like if you're in the Eastern time or the Central time and you got cooked on that big down move at like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Eastern, it's like, what are you doing trading at that time of day? Like, go sleep. Go step away from the computer, son. Like, you are a futures head. I might try the short right here, and I can just put a stop up. Well, the more this bounces, the harder the trade plan becomes because my risk profile changes. Do they have Traders Anonymous? If they don't, they should. Because trading, it can be like, I mean, right, people get addicted to gambling, right? And trading can certainly be treated like gambling. So, I mean, there is the very real threat that you can form an unhealthy relationship with trading, especially with futures. That is it. Again, I want to be as objective as possible. That is a downside of futures. Given the market's open 23 hours a day, 6 days a week, you can find yourself trading at 3 a.m. in the morning, which, again, I would take as a sign that maybe you have an unhealthy relationship with futures. But Clay, I work third. I'm not talking about you that work third shift that has to be awake anyways and you have downtime. That's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking just generally speaking. If you don't have a third shift job and if you're in America and you find yourself trading in the middle of the night, I would submit you have an unhealthy relationship. Yeah, and then yes, and you keep just firing up yeah, exactly. If you are just cooking account after account after account and it's 3 a.m., it's like, what are you doing? For real, what are you doing? That's an unhealthy relationship. Long. Huh? Where are you getting long, Jay? And where's your stop loss at? I don't know what long means. In any practical sense, I don't know what long means. I overnight trade when the VIX is up. Yeah, and I would submit that that's an unhealthy relationship. Okay, which AMS do I have today? Annoying AMS or like pleasant to be around AMS? What side of the bed did you wake up on? Okay, well then, welcome back. Last call for longs. Oh boy. Sounds like the famous words before the dump happens. I'm having flashbacks of my penny stock days on message boards. Last call! Last call for the longs! In the penny stock world, that usually means that the person making that post is the one with their offer or with their sell order on the offer, and they're just trying to get somebody to hit the offer, right? What do you guys have for VWAP? I mean, those are my settings for VWAP. You haven't given us a trade plan, props. Where are you in at? Where's your stop loss at? We get it. Your target is 900. Fair enough. Yeah, where did you get long at? And where are you putting your stop? You've given us one of the three numbers to make this all practical. I'm green today. Oh, I didn't realize you had an account. Well, good. Congrats. My account frozen? It. Look. Uh-oh. No, my internet's fine. There we go. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. Maybe that must have just been my platform. It froze up as far as I could tell. 760 was entry. Did you tell us those numbers ahead of... wait, I can check now. I just learned that. Channel activity. Wait, how did I get that to show up? 2 accounts started yesterday. Gotcha. Stream is glitchy for you. Okay, well, my internet is not showing any dropped rates, so I don't know. Stream keeps freezing today. Oh, really? Huh. Okay, well, I'll keep an eye on the drop frames, but I've not noticed anything that... I mean, it says my stream health is excellent. Hasn't frozen once. Okay, well, it sounds like, yeah, it sounds like some of you need to feed your hamsters better. Crystal clear for me the whole time. Okay, so we have a problem of people not feeding their hamsters. Brian and Slowmaro, go feed your not feed. Go give your hamster some water and food. The futures contract goes into a funded account. That turns a futures contract into a rules violation. You lost me here. I think you're trying to be cleverly funny, but I'm not even going to try to play it off like I understand what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm sure it's very clever though, but your humor is too superior for my baboon brain. Well, I don't know what to tell you, Slowmaro. You are. I don't know what to tell you. All right. I'm getting to the point where I don't like. I used to never have oil up as one of the charts I would watch. Obviously, when Iran stuff started, then oil became way more relevant. But oil seems to kind of be going back to how it was, where it's like, eh, I'll leave it on for a few more days. But at this point, it seems like I suppose if the world news can shift, which it could at any moment, but it does. For me, oil is getting closer to the spot where I just kind of exit out. Like silver, right? Silver used to be something that I had on a chart. I would be watching it, and then silver kind of fizzled out, and it's gone. Yeah, that one is still a work in progress, trying to replicate. The shape goes into a shape, press. Yeah, Snow Soup, you are definitely too deep for me. I have no idea what you're talking about. Maybe some other people are picking up on it, but yeah, it sounds like this level of humor is beyond my comprehension. Because to me, you sound like a crackhead. But I think it's not you being on drugs. It's just me not being able to keep up with what you're saying. Too deep or too high? Yeah. Which brings me to the next point. Don't smoke crack. All right. Let's see. Where do we have some potential? I mean, VWAP is interesting, but that's also still quite a bit of ways away. I'm waiting for one of these candles where it's seeming all bullish, and it's like, no, just kidding. Oh, okay, now no, just kidding. Okay, now no. We're no. Oh, okay, here. Okay, here we. I'm still waiting for one of those to show back up. Out 880. Why'd you get out at 880? You said 900. What the heck? What the heck? Yeah, I got a payout yesterday now. No payout today. If I get a payout today, it means I had some further rule breaks within what I've told myself. No, not fun, but it is what it is. Okay. All I have is leftover Twinkies for the hamsters. I think you're far behind too, Brian, because I made those comments to you like 5 minutes ago. So it's as if you just heard them. So I think you're also falling behind. I'm up. How can I help you, Clay? You can just not talk, Rich. That would be good. I mean, you can talk, but I will also be honest. You're very close to just getting the ban because I'm almost convinced you're a troll. I'm not quite there, Rich, but pretty sure you're a troll. And the one thing I am trying to improve right now as a live streamer is identifying trolls quicker so I can just get them out of here. I left and came back several times and now it seems fine. There you go. Well, yeah, kind of one and the same. There's a limit to where that just becomes annoying and becomes the equivalent of a troll. That's right. I will. Yeah, exactly. I am definitely pro censorship of trolls. 100%. I will wear that mantle very, very proudly. How do you determine your risk? Yeah, good question, Ryan. That's a function of the strategy. It's a function of the day itself. Some days are way more volatile than others. It's a function now that I'm in prop firms of, well, has this account paid for itself? Do I already have a really good ROI? Because if a pro account has not only paid for itself, but I have a good ROI, then I'm also willing to take on more risk with it. So there are definitely several dynamics there, Ryan. Zokru, what are you talking? This guy, like, he's a. The comment Clay banned someone for saying hello gamblers and sent emoji thumbs up on the net. You're going, okay, like, sure, like, dude, I think I just have to realize that some people are, and I've said this before, but this is a live stream where I could go from talking to like a normal person to a grandma to like a 13-year-old dude living in their mom's basement to quite literally somebody that's high to somebody that's drunk to somebody that's a schizo to somebody that's a normal person. And I think Zokru, like, I think he might, I don't know. Hey, Clay, question. Do you have a goal amount you aim to? No, no. Profit goals are the devil. Do not, well, for me, I'm not going to do that. Because what happens if your goal is $100 a day? So let's say it's $100 a day and you're at $95. What are you going to do, Charles? You failed. You failed, Charles. Your goal is $100 a day. You made 95. Guess you got to go search out that extra $5, huh? You're a failure. You didn't hit your goal. Okay, Richard or Charles. Then I was hoping you'd say, well, Clay, that was close enough. And then what I was going to say is, okay, well, how do you define close enough? And I was thinking, okay, maybe you'll say, like, well, within 10%. Okay, well, 10% of 100 is 10. So that means your actual goal is $90, which is solved nothing because now all of a sudden, let's say you're at $88. Well, now crap. Good. I couldn't even hit my close enough goal. All right, let me go get that $2. That's like, why? Why put that? Why put that burden on your shoulders? Just trade setups. So that is my criteria, not a goal of money, not a goal of a number of trades. I want to trade setups. So if there are 3,000 setups that meet my criteria in a day, I hope I have 3,000 trades. If the very next day there are 3 setups that meet my criteria, I hope I only have 3 trades. So I would submit trade setups. Don't chase after any sort of daily goal or anything like that. Just take good setups. And a good setup being defined as something that meets your criteria. But he didn't fall for my teaching lesson there, Charles. You picked up on it very quickly. But usually there's a wise guy in the room that's like, Clay, that's close enough. I'm like, excellent, Smithers. Excellent, Smithers. It's taken everything in me to not just, yeah, just be disciplined. Yeah, interesting, Brian. I'm not sure. How's the house build? I don't know what's going on with the electrical. The inspection has supposed to happen several times now, and it keeps not happening. So I don't know if that's a good, bad thing. Maybe they're waiting for something. Sounds like front exterior doors are going in some point this week. Roof next week, it sounds like. So that's moving along. In my mind, things like we're losing momentum, but I've never built a house before, so maybe everything is perfectly fine. So it seems that way, but that doesn't necessarily mean it is that way. All right, do I try a short here? All the small details towards the end take way longer. Oh boy. Like, what's a small detail? Give me an example of a small detail. That's all right, Cam. We've been waiting for you, but appreciate you being here. Later better than never. Yes, none of you have answered my question. I asked for a small detail, and then I'm still getting generalized answers. Give me an example of a small detail. Like, to me, a small detail could be like, oh, we get that sink fixture installed. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think plumbers are pretty quick at installing a sink. Like, oh, a small detail is we got to put a toilet right there. I think plumbers are pretty quick at putting in a toilet. Okay, gonna try a short right there. Yeah, I watch volume. I mean, I have the volume profile over here. Now, am I as do or die as some people are with the volume profile? I'm not. Some people, I mean, they seem to treat the volume profile like it's some like holy grail. So I'm not at that level, but yeah, I consider volume. Hey, Blueberry's here. Okay, trying to get short at the red line. That red line turns blue, I'm in. I'm in. Come on. This is mainly based on the 5 minute, by the way. We're watching it on the 2 minute time frame here, though. There we go. Take a little scalpy scalp on that one. Hey, good morning, Eddie. I mean, do you feel like wasting your time and joining a cult? It's an absolute joke. It's one of the biggest scams out there. So no, it is not. Now, if you want to sound super smart and use big words, then sure. Go for it. You can explain to your buddies in real life what you're doing, and they will look at you like, that word he just used had like 48 syllables in it. Whoa. But then when they're like, so where did you actually buy? You'll be like, it'll just be more words. So no. It is a cult. And the things I hear, from my understanding, is the cult leader. So apparently, he's like never wrong. Like I don't know. I don't follow enough. But from what I've heard, like, does he ever admit to being wrong? Like, does he ever stop out? I don't know. From my understanding, it's like no. Like the cult just thinks he's always right. He's always calling stuff. But it seems like it's always like hindsight, like annotated pictures, which is kind of easy to do. Yeah, a waste of time. That's what it is. In fact, I'm going to delete that out because I don't even want, I should not have even, because that is the last thing I want people to even spend a single brain cell on. So shame on me for letting those 3 letters even stick around. Okay, I'm going to delete that out just because I don't even want, like I said, I don't want to drive any traffic. Yeah, I did delete yours. ICT means I can't trade. Yeah, that's what it means. ICT means I can't trade. It's just abbreviation for that. So whenever you see that, just be like, oh, okay, that's just the shorthand, like LOL, laugh out loud, right? I can't trade. Hey, George. I think Zokru, I don't know if English is your first language. If it is, then I'll just hit you between the eyes. Brother, learn punctuation. If it's not, I'll try my best. I'll try my best to kind of wager. But some of your comments are hard to read because of your lack of punctuation. A lot of born in Jersey. Okay, well then, brother, work on your punctuation. Clay, the call in the word cult that is on Symbol's 2-letter best trader for classic knowing. Huh? I mean, I'm pretty sure they speak English in Jersey, don't they? Or no? Or is Jersey another country? I'm assuming he means New Jersey, but I guess in theory. That is one thing I've learned. I've learned about a couple of countries that I didn't even know existed on this stream, which is kind of cool about live streaming. All right, looking for a potential long here on the pullback. Looking around 820-ish. More so watching the 5-minute here. Dialect of English. Come on down a little bit more. Come on. I'm looking around 8. Did I say that? I can't remember if I said 820 or not. Isn't it exhausting for you to trade so many hours? No. Because the chat keeps it fun. Which is why I'm always kind of encouraging the chat to be active. Because it's not like it is trading, but it's also, I mean, again, you can't please everybody. Can we please get back to trading? It's like, no, me talking about grasshoppers, it's kind of a nice break. So no, it's not, like, I understand what you're saying, but it's not technically trading for sure. Like if I was like right here, laser focused for 4 hours straight, never be able to do it. But we joke around. We talk about random things. So that keeps it's not as bad as what it maybe appears. Doesn't the chat get exhausting? No. Believe it or not, 97% of you, I would hang out with you gladly in person. You seem like normal, cool individuals. Yeah, when the 3% shows up, which again is what I'm still trying to get better at, recognizing the trolls earlier on. But no, the chat is not exhausting. I would be a little nervous. Yes, McKay, based on intrigue, but I would want to have bodyguards, or I want to just have Second Amendment type stuff with me, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, George, just so you know, we are day trading futures here. Not a fan of day trading stocks. As a former day trader of stocks, the math to me suggests it's very inefficient. So yeah, we're day trading futures here in prop firms because that way it's just way better. No, Bentley, no, I don't know why I said grasshoppers. It just literally popped in my mind, so I went with it. Because my whole premise was we talk about random things, so I was like, let's make this as random as possible, and grasshoppers it was. But yeah, good to have you here, George. If you are a day trader of options and you've never day traded futures, I think you should give it a serious consideration. Oh, there's the bounce. But like I said, I was watching that 820 area. Based over on the 5-minute, 820 was like right between these two areas right here. Right between the 21 EMA and the 50 SMA. But as we see there, it did not quite get down low enough, which again is why broad statements are worthless. Buy the dip. Oh, see, Clay, I was right. I would have made money. Well, no, not really. Because I wanted to buy the dip, but the problem is I got a part wrong. The wrong part I got was the exact entry. So it dipped, but it didn't dip as far as I thought it would. Which is why when people give us the 3 numbers, we have ultimate clarity. I'm in Amazon. Well, Caleb, are you a day trader? Like in Amazon from what reference point? As an investor, as a swing trader, as a day trader? How about the oil? Yeah, oil not really doing a whole lot anymore these days. I just hope it keeps dropping. Would love to see it get down below 70. Day trader. Why are you day trading stocks, man? So that would be my critique. Stop day trading stocks. As a former day trader, the math makes 0 sense. Especially Amazon. How much is Amazon per share these days? Yeah, I mean, the amount of money you need to have on Amazon is bonkers. So therefore, you have way more risk. You need Amazon to make really big moves. And even with these bigger moves, you're still making less money than what you would if you were to have less risk in futures through a prop firm. So yeah, that'd be my feedback, Caleb. Kick day trading stocks to the curb. And that comes from somebody that has day traded stocks and options for 17 and a half years. I don't know, Neil. I don't know. Hey, good morning, Vat. I blew my account today for the 4th time. I don't know. Are you learning? Just be learning, because in all actuality, like 4 blown accounts is nothing. Do you try NG? No. Assuming that's not a typo. I do try NQ, but if that's not a typo, no, I don't do NG. How I notice how other rich dudes take options is crazy. If they're down, he just buys 6 more contracts. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and yeah, those, yeah. That's also how you eventually just go kaput. Oh, yeah, no, I don't do natural gas. I don't know if I still have, but yeah, what I mean by 4 accounts is, I mean, learn from it, take it serious, but so like here's a trade. I'm disciplined, and then it goes back up. I was disciplined. Control mode. Let me buy you. There we go. More. So right there, minus 4,500. So then you look at the prop firm space, and let's just go with the 102. So you could buy a prop account for $102. But that video right there was me, before I moved into the prop firms, losing $4,500 because I don't even remember what happened. Clearly stupid mistakes and dumb. So divided by 102. So I've blown the equivalent of 44 accounts before in one trade. 44 prop accounts, poof, in one trade before. That is the power of prop firms. Yes, you've cooked 4 accounts. So I'm not saying to laugh about it. I'm not saying to not take it serious. I'm just saying don't beat yourself up too bad. Make sure you're learning. That is my biggest advice. If you're cooking accounts, make sure you're actually learning. If you cook an account and you walk away and you just like, that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. But there are too many people that are like, I give up. I give up. That was my 7th account I've blown. I'm like, your 7th account? Brother, I don't think you know how good you have it. Back in my day, before prop firms, stupid mistakes could cost you $4,500. That's a lot of prop firms in one trade. And that trade probably lasted all of 5 minutes. I mean, I don't know for sure, but yeah, I would assume this trade probably... Can I even look at it? I'm trying to look. Yeah, I can't. But yeah, especially with what I was trading here. When I cook an account, I walk the earth like Cain and Kung. Yep, don't get that reference. Never been into Kung Fu, so. Yeah, no, I pushed back on prop firms for probably a couple of years. I pushed back on futures for a lot. Now, I have zero regrets of pushing back on prop firms. To me, that made sense. I do have regret for pushing back on futures as long as I push back on futures. But prop firms, I don't beat myself up because, like, first time hearing about them, they sound like a scam. It sounds too good to be true. It's like, no, no, no. But then because I do offer a private community, enough of those people were like, well, Clay, it's very modest risk. Even if it is a scam, I'm out $100. I'll be okay. But enough members who I trust, who are good traders, who have been around with me for years now. Again, started the Clay Trader community back in 2013. So even that community as itself, we're now like 13 years old. So enough people are like, hey, Clay, and it became kind of a joke. Like, hey, Clay, here's my fake money, but it would be like real payouts and stuff. I'm still debating. Well, yeah, all I know, Cam, is don't be like me. That's why I'm pretty passionate about it. Like when I see people being like me, and then I know the amount of regret I have, I'm like, just do it. Like you're like, don't be like me. I like the 1 hour setup too long. Cool. What where are you looking to what's your trade plan? That one dude? Philip, no. No, no, you have not no, you have not you haven't even crossed my mind as a troll. So because of that, you're not anywhere close to being on like a troll watch list. So no, you're good. You're good. My friend acting like an expert trying to reinvent the wheel is what kept me away. Yeah, I like I said, I don't that's why I don't blame anybody per se. But again, in my defense, like my pushback came because prop firms still didn't have a huge track record. But now, like the whole is like, well, I don't know. Let's see how this stuff plays out. Like that rationale has kind of gone to the wayside because there are a lot of prop firms, including Take Profit Trader, that have been around for several years now. But yes, this is also why, like, if a prop firm just shows up yesterday, that does not therefore mean they're a scam. I'm not saying that, but I'm going to be a little leery. It's like, well, let's see if you actually can stay in business and pay out and stuff like that. So brand new prop firms, I'm not hugely interested in until they start to get, a track record behind them and stuff like that. Just got liquidated just about half hour ago. It was my second. Yeah, I can't say anything. I don't have enough details. So I don't know. Good job, Jay Keith. But again, people like if you're gonna give up after cooking 10 accounts, 20 accounts, it's like what are we doing here? That quite literally is nothing. That's a drop in the bucket. Now, I am operating under the premise that you're with Take Profit Trader, right? If you're with another prop firm and I don't know, each account is $900, okay, that starts to add up very quickly. But like at Take Profit Trader, if you're going with the 50K, it's like $100. Again, that does not mean therefore just go and act like a deranged, degenerate gambler. Be learning. If you're cooking accounts, learn. Why? What did you learn? What did you walk away with? No, I'm also biased in saying this, so I really don't have any credibility here because you can easily throw in my face, which is fine. It's fair. Well, of course you're going to say that because you offer a mentorship. Fair point. That doesn't make it not true, but I understand how you would look at me. But that's where a mentorship is very, very helpful because the amount of times I've had students tell me their learning lesson, and I'm like, that is completely the wrong learning lesson. I can see why you would think that because the market's tricky, but that's the wrong learning lesson. So that's also a benefit of a prop firm, or I'm sorry, of a mentorship. Is are you sure you're learning the right lesson? Because when you're new and you don't know what you don't know, part of that is not knowing, is this actually the right lesson that I should be learning right now? And as somebody that has worked with many, many, many traders over the years, probably not. Probably not. But like I said, of course you're going to say that you just want me to sign up for your mentorship. So I have zero credibility with that feedback. And so there's nothing really I can do with that. Yeah, give it a try, AMS. Some people love the 25K. Other people absolutely despise it. I'm not really a fan of it, but that doesn't mean that it might not work out well for you. I can go on a 45-minute lecture why the mentorship is amazing. Yeah, Pam, I appreciate that, and I'm glad you're enjoying it. But this is the internet where if you were to do that, surely people will show up and be like, how much has he paid you, Pam? Or Pam's a bot account run by Clay. So like it's one of those things where it's just not even worth it. I'll fight those people. I know, Pam, I appreciate it, but I think your time would be better spent just not doing that. I don't know. I just uh It's just I struggle with it. For me, I like to have the extra drawdown. I know, well, Clay, it's only $500 more. Yeah, but sometimes that extra $500 more is what keeps the account alive, keeps me account. So I like a little bit of a bigger drawdown. So in other words, I will sacrifice. I would rather have to make a little bit more if I can get a little bit more of a drawdown. Yeah, BVT man, I know the feeling. I know the feeling. I've been there before where it's like, I swear the market is literally watching me. Nice, Clay, you're green. See, but I'm not green though. That's the thing, base hits. If you go back to the 16 and a half minute mark, you will realize I am not green on the day. So if you want the full context, 16 and a half minute mark. Philip, that is a very loaded question. A good question, but none that can be answered. There are a lot of factors that go into stuff like that. So you quit stocks day. Yeah, I don't day trade stocks or options anymore. Now I invest in stocks, but that's a different category. In the category of day trading, the math is just we're in the golden age of day trading. Whether people realize it or not, and that's the whole point of the live stream. I want people to realize we're in the golden age of day trading, and the math is all about day trading futures through a prop firm. The game changer in the world of futures happened, what was it? I think 7 years ago. I think it was 2019. The invention of micro futures, game changing. And then with prop firms, it just made it that much better. But yeah, before micro futures, to like tell somebody to tell a newbie, yeah, go trade NQ. It's like, okay, you just sent them to a death sentence because futures move so quick. But now with micro futures, game-changing invention. Hey, Minecraft. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, AMS. But Pam, like I said, Pam, she's part of it. Pam, talk AMS. Let AMS know. Again, to be clear though, Cam, I'm not saying to go day trade futures. I'm saying to day trade futures through a prop firm because futures move and they're no joke. Boy, oh boy, things add up quickly, but that is a two-sided coin. That is where prop firms shine by their risk management features. Pam's probably gone now. Great. I am interested in a long, preferably down around the pink line here, but I don't know. Maybe I'm not being patient enough. Yeah, but see that's the but you just all you did, no soup for you, is you just made an argument for prop firms. I agree under the premise it's only futures. But if that were to occur and you're in a prop account, okay, your account is cooked, but you're out like $100. But yes, you're right. If you're using your own money and you have $5,000, $10,000 in your futures account, then what you just described, yes, you could be outdone. $10,000 of your money gone. In the prop firm space, though, sure your account's cooked, but that means you're out like $100. I'm making an argument for prop firms. Oh, great. Okay, so there we go. I need to retune my mind for futures. How? What do you use right now for your decision-making process, Cam? Are you using charts right now? How do you make your decisions in the world of stocks or options? Yeah, Pam's gone. Great, now I look terrible. Pam's like, oh great, I'm not gonna talk. Okay, well then you know how to trade futures. Futures is 97% charts. I understand a lot of people are like, oh Clay, I understand. It sounds great. Futures in a prop firm, but I don't have time to learn how to trade futures. Or like, where do I learn how to trade futures? It's like, Well, if you trade with the chart, you're already 97% of the way there because futures is just price action. The final 3% is just learning how points work, but that's very easy to understand. Pam, AMS wants your thoughts on the mentorship. Now this seems like a chase. In the back of my mind, I was like, I don't know, do I want to maybe try to take a long up through here? And as of now, that looks like it would have been a good decision. But that was down here. Right now, it just seems like I'd be chasing. Yeah, Cam Vat, read what W4. He's like one of our most recent examples of somebody that was trading stocks, small caps to be exact, and then he just made the switch. So he's like a perfect person. I'm gonna try. I'll try a long down there. Up here still seems like a chase, but hey, hindsight will be my judge. If this thing is all of a sudden up here, yes, I'll be sitting there saying, you know, I should have just bought right there. That was not a chase. And not to nitpick, but when he says they trade the same, what he means is like they were like, for example, a bull flag exists in stocks. Bull flags also exist in futures. The head and shoulder patterns exist in crypto. Guess what? Head and shoulders patterns exist in stocks, and they also exist in futures, right? So I think that's what. But I would say they trade way better in the sense of they trade not the same. Futures move way smoother. The numbers add up way quicker. So just to kind of parse that out a little bit more. But yeah, they do trade the same in the sense of patterns are the same. You know, you can use same strategies. Like if you like to play, like I said, I don't know, wait for uptrends, buy pullbacks to the 21 EMA. I mean, guess what? Futures trend. Futures have pullbacks. You can put a 21 EMA on a chart in futures. Sell limit 945. Stop. All right. See, Rich, there we go. You do stuff like that, you're going to quickly remove yourself from the troll watch list. That's good stuff there. A more than fair point, W4. A more than fair point, yes. I mean, you could do that, but it'd spend you a couple hours to type that all up. So I hear you. And the other cool thing, AMS and really anybody that I think some people like make it a detriment, but it just shows they don't understand how charts work. They're like, well, when was the last time you updated your content? I'm like, you don't want the content updated. Like, it is actually very powerful to see examples from, you know, when I did the course, it's like 2012. Like, wait, in your course, you're using charts from 2012? It's like, well, yeah, that's when I created it all. But to me, that should build confidence because when you see something from 2012, like a bull flag, for example, and then you watch a bull flag in 2026, and it's like, dang, 14 years later, bull flags are still like the exact same. Well, yeah, that's because trading or charts are based on price action, which is based on emotion. And emotions don't change. Humans will always be fearful. Humans will always be greedy. Humans will always be over exuberant. Humans will always be panicky. That's why charts are powerful. They're timeless because they're based on emotions. Yeah, Rick, just keep an eye on your email and everything. And thank you for using code Clay, by the way. I appreciate that. You're feeding hungry children. You're a good man. BVT man, this is the 21 EMA. Green line is a 21 EMA. Up there is the VWAP. Right there is the pink line, 200 SMA. Purple line, 50 SMA. Good job, Family Farm. I mean, not good job with that, with the losing money per se, but yeah, sounds like you quickly understand the value of how prop firms don't guarantee success, but they certainly are going to keep you in the game longer to get it figured out. But by the way, welcome, Family Farm. I can't say I recognize the name, but good to have you here. I'm sorry if you've been here before and you've talked and I've forgotten, but I don't think I've ever seen that screen name. Yeah. Wait, you can hold. Do prop firm. Yeah, the other difference, I mean, the differences are mapped out right here. So, like, for example, when it comes to the test phase, with the 50K, you have to make 3,000, but you can't lose 2,000. On the other end, though, with the 150K, yeah, you got to make more, but you also have way more purchasing power, but you also have a bigger drawdown, meaning the amount that you can lose. So, yeah, those are the differences. Mainly the amount that, like I said, okay, I can't talk right now. If that green line turns blue, I'm in. I got to come down a little bit more now. All right. If that green line turns blue, I am long. Trying to kind of play the little range here. This seems like there might be a bottom of a range here. Does that make sense, No Soup? No, you want bread? $3. I need to feed hungry grandchildren. Well, let's do multiple things. You can feed hungry children with code Clay, and then with the account, you can feed hungry grandchildren. All right, now, not really. Now we have like a little miniature kind of a failed move. All right, I'm coming down a little bit more. I want to err on the side of caution. I'll be honest, that support you're using is kind of weak. See, Rich, now you go right back to being a dented troll. I'll be honest, that support you're using is kind of, yeah, there you go. Now you're that much closer to just getting banned. I would have had 8 accounts to trade. Yeah, Family Farm. At least now you've made the switch. You've kind of seen it. You had to get smacked in the face, but oh well. It's better. Some people get smacked in the face, and then they're like, well, no, they want to lie to themselves about getting smacked in the face. Because I guarantee you don't know why I moved it down, and it's not because you think it's weak. %100% guarantee you have no idea why I moved it down. It was good, and then something happened that I do think made it not so attractive. No, once you get to the pro accounts, No Soup, you can make as much as you want. Chris, so I'm not. Are you talking about prop firms right now, or what are you talking about? Yeah, it's the equivalent in the sense of, you know, that's the stage of the journey where you can start to request payouts. Yeah. We're at the 50 SMA on the 5 minute. No, you don't think that at all. Do you know my proof of how I know you don't think that? You're not short right now. You're not short. And here's the other thing. That's you are suffering from the world revolves around me itis, Rich. That's fine. Everything you said, I don't have a problem with if that's how you trade. But the world does not revolve around you. Not everybody trades like you do. So there are many situations where something that may not make sense for you perfectly makes sense for somebody else. But if you suffer from the world revolves around my itis, then you are going to be tempted to say, well, that's wrong. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Well, that's weak. Well, that's this. Well, that's that. It's like, again, for you, no problem. Yeah, maybe for you. So I need you to call the doctor. The doctor is going to give you call like, hey, doc, I'm suffering from the world revolves around me itis. The doctor is going to give you a pill. It tastes like butterscotch. You're going to take that pill, and then when you show back up here, you'll type stuff like this. For me and my strategy, because I use the 1 hour time frame, that looks weak for me. But hey, for you, Clay, I don't fully understand your strategy. So if you think that looks good, then more power to you, brother. That's the way you'll start to type. So yeah, call up the doc, get that pill. I'm short at 9:45. Oh, here we go with the trust me, bro trade plans. No, you're not. You gave us a trade plan earlier and it never hit it. All right. I need to confirm something and then he will be getting banned. How do I see what he talked? How do I see what he said? How come I can't see? How did I do that yesterday? How do I see the chats? Channel activity. Did something change? I don't know. Yesterday I was able to see all the messages that somebody was typing. Sell them at 9:45. Yeah, you gave that message. Sell them at 9:45. Yeah, you have not even met you. Yeah, so you're just flat out lying. You are flat out lying. You just lied, Rich. Either admit you lied right now or you're being banned. You gave us a trade plan, which again, voila, here's the power of trade plans. You can hold trolls accountable. It hasn't hit yet. So then why did you say I'm short at 9:45? Do you see, everybody, the power of three numbers? Wow, it's easy to just, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. I'm short at 9:45. Well, wait a second. It hasn't hit that number. Oh, well, it hasn't hit there yet. Then why did you say you're short? Oh, Rich. And with that, I don't know. Do I ban him or no? He's a troll, right? This is plenty of confirmation. Dude's a troll. Let him stay. He's good entertainment. The only reason why he has not been banned immediately is he did give three numbers. So like I want to factor that in. He did give three numbers, but why he then thought he could go and lie about stuff is kind of weird. Hey, brother, yeah, no, I appreciate that, Charles, but I also admit I'm not perfect at totally identifying trolls. That's a work in progress. I still consider myself a relatively new live streamer, so I'm still trying to work up those gut instincts. So that's why I'm asking for feedback, but I appreciate that. But it's weird. He gave 3 numbers and then he just bold-faced lied. Which does bring about my point anyways. I love when people are like, well, I think it's going to go way down here. And it's like, so are you short right now? No. It's like, okay, well, then you clearly don't think that it's going to go all the way down there, do you? Because if you thought it was going down there, why would you not short? Well, yeah, I'm assuming that's what he meant. Didn't intend to lie. Was saying I will be short. Okay, well, yeah, there's a big difference between saying I will be short versus I am short. So thank you for the clarification. What was the lie, Clay? He said he was short at 9:45. And then he's like, well, no, that's the level I'm trying to get short. I'm like, okay, well, that you should have probably said that instead of saying I am short at 9:45. I'm waiting for a better entry. Yeah, but that doesn't make any sense. If you're all confident it's heading down here, then why take on the risk that you never get filled? Like a bird in the bush is better than 8 dozen in the carton, right? Makes 0 sense. Well, I think the price is going way down there, but I'm willing to take on the risk that I miss out on the entire trade. It's like investing, right? If you think long term a stock is going to be way higher, dude, does it really matter if you? But I want it to come down $1. It's like, wait, what? You're risking missing out on an entire thing so you can get a little bit of a better entry point? That makes no sense. Therefore, you don't actually think what you're saying you think. So no, you don't think that it's moving down. You're not as confident as what you're trying to portray. Because if you were that confident, you would not be willing to take on the risk of missing the entry or of missing the entire trade just to get a little bit of a better entry. I'm not playing around with this range trading. Well, again, that's not your premise is the range is going to fall to the downside. $5 minute right now, doing a good job of respecting the purple line, 50 SMA. So I don't know, got a nice little hammer candle there. So I might take a swing at it from the long side here. Might take a swing at it. For the Golden Cross fans, which I don't care about the Golden Cross, but if you love the Golden Cross, look, we're about to get the Golden Cross. Which I think means it's guaranteed to go up, right? Isn't that what the Golden Cross means? I like IBM long. Like for an investment or for a day trade or for what? Mine, you got to be a little bit more. For a swing trade, what do you like IBM long in what category? No. Am I about to chase this? I think I am. Day trade. Why are you day trading IBM? What are you doing? Holy smokes. Talk about an inefficient use of capital. Yeah, again, I don't care what any stock is doing. Day trading stocks mathematically is so inefficient. Because I guarantee you a breakout on IBM is like paint drying compared to normal futures movement. Again, all you got to do is talk. I don't know if W4 is still here, but he's the guy that came from small caps. You know, small cap traders always making me laugh. Again, I was a former small cap trader. Oh, well, such and such is up 400% today. It's like, yeah, even with those gains, the math still doesn't make sense. Hey, congrats, James. Well, James, let me ask you this. Do you have any other past accounts yet, James? Yeah, you might need to talk Minecraft. He's over here talking about IBM breakout, as if IBM's breakout would be worth, you know. No, this is my first account. Okay, well, James, I'm gonna suggest something to you. I would say get another account pass before you activate this pro account. Couple reasons. Number one, you might find yourself trading very, very scared. Why would you be trading scared all of a sudden? Well, I don't want to have to take the test again. I passed this. Now, if I blow it up, oh great, I have to go through the test phase again, and you're going to start to tighten up. Reason number two, if you do cook that account, it's going to be very devastating. You're going to be very annoyed. You're going to be very frustrated. And then you're going to be tempted with the choice to reset that account. And resetting that account is very, very expensive. How expensive? Well, you could take that same amount of money to reset one account and go buy like 5 or 6 test accounts. Reason number three, I would say to suggest it, is let's get a proof of concept. I'm not saying this is the case, James, but it is very possible you just lucked out. You happen to pass this account with not any sort of true strategy, true skill. Now, I'm not saying that's the case, but let's see if you can do it again. Let's get a proof of concept that this strategy that you use to pass this account is actually a viable strategy. I'd hate for you to find out that it's not a viable strategy with your pro account when you cook it. And that is what we call the racehorse model. That is what the racehorse model is accomplishing, those three things. Preventing trading scared, eliminating the temptation to reset a pro account, which is very, very expensive, and then building a proof of concept. Philip, you got to just experiment. But they made them all pro plus. All right, Double A. Well, keep us posted on how long that process takes. Maybe along here. Getting ready. I know everybody's like, okay, now I want to go make my pro mount because I can start to get real payouts. I'm just saying, be careful with that. It was trading overconfidence. Interesting. Thought I had it all figured out. So then self-made, it sounds like you would be on board the whole proof of concept thing. Let's make sure that whatever strategy I just used to pass, let's make sure it's actually valid. Because that's one tricky part about trading that many of us have been there, where we think we have something figured out and then the market's like, no, you don't. Not really, Meech, because I'm very aggressive until the buffers hit. I'm not swinging for home runs, Meech, so no, I haven't. Uh-oh. Props 8. I get the impression it's very far behind. He just typed 5, but the question I required a 5 for was like 30 minutes ago. Yeah, again, James, let's see. Let's see if that was actually a good decision. Do it again. Pass another account. Like, there's no downside to that. The only downside is you can't trade your pro right away. Who cares? You got time. This is where a form of patience often gets overlooked. This is a form of patience in the market. The patience to make sure your strategy is actually valid. That form of patience. Yes, you've got to be patient to wait for the right entry points. Yes, you've got to be patient to wait for your setup to take shape. But in this situation, the patience to just double check. The patience to just let's make sure the strategy is actually that good. You brought up the concept of thinking you have it figured out. 5. Did I say that? Oh, I don't know. Now I'm confused. Maybe I did. Okay, James, I think at this point you're just trying to talk yourself into, listen, Clay, I just want to trade this pro. I want to start to see if I can put money in my pocket. It sounds like that's where you're at. So all I can say, James, is I wish you the best. Oh, Kent, very good question. I don't know. I think that's a you by you. I have 50K and 150K accounts, so I have a variety. But I really don't know. That's well, let me put it this way, Ken. I guess it depends on which accounts do you like. If you only like one account size, then just go with that. If there's a couple you like, well then go with a couple. Good question though. Never had that one. Roger that, double A. James, I think there's a lot of people here. Let me put it this way, James. The odds you get a payout on your first pro account, not great. Not great. And I'd hate for you to be upset about it and then sit there and then reset a pro when you could have taken that pro and bought 5 more accounts with it. Yeah. BVT, man, I think you got to just maybe, yeah, take the gas off the pedal a little bit. Take Profit Trader is who I use and recommend. And right now, no soup for you. You're doing the cardinal sin. You are shopping based on price, not on rules. And this is why what I'm going to do with the Baboon Den. We're going to start our own prop firm. This is what we're going to do. We're going to offer and we're going to feast on this mentality. Shop based on price, not on rules. We are going to it's going to be called the Baboon Den. We're going to offer $500,000 purchasing power accounts. We are going to run a 99% off sale, and you're going to be able to get these accounts for $10. However, we're going to have like 4,000 rules. So we're never going to be making payouts to people. But we are just going to feast upon those that don't consider rules. They just look at prices. They look at deals. Every now and then we'll bring it to 90% off. But then, yeah, we'll run our limited sale deals, like 3 times a week. It'll be 99% off, and we're going to make so much money. Okay, I think Minecraft is trolling at this point. So yeah, if you want to be a silent investor on the Baboon Den, just let me know. We're gonna make a lot of money. All I'm saying is Apex has more rules, and as a beginner to the prop firm space, you just want a clean set of rules, and that's where Take Profit Trader shines. But I'm telling you right now, people send themselves into the buzzsaw by shopping based on price, not on rules. All right, I got 1K right there. Yeah. I'm looking for private investors of the Baboon Den. We're going to make so much money. Some of you have already submitted some very good rules that we have, but we're going to have like all sorts of goofy rules. It's going to be fantastic. No, not apes, baboons. Baboons. Mmm. What's gold doing? Ooh, gold. Interesting spot on the 5-minute. Pulled back. Wow, 3 things. We have the 200 SMA, which has done a good job of riding sport. Have the VWAP. And, and we have the 50 SMA. All right at that level. Does not guarantee a bounce, but man, I might have to take a swing at it. Minecraft. I don't understand. You're all about trading IBM apparently. 11 a.m. Eastern. Usually I'm here a little early, but 11 a.m. Eastern. I might try a short here as it comes back up. If this is the V shape, then this will be a painful trade. Well, that's the first step to recovery, is admitting that you're a baboon. Now, you are still whoa. You are still a grade above me because I am a dented baboon. Well, cooked my first account trying to go long in the pullback. Yeah. Welcome to the club. There are two types of prop firm traders, those that have cooked accounts and liars. Those are the two categories. If you traded prop firms for more than 3 months, those are the two categories. Okay, let's see if I can get it. Okay, I'm short. My stop is the green line. Come on. Oh, boy. Oh, this is looking strong. Let's see, though. Let's see. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on down. Uh-oh. I'm about to get stopped. Come on. Reject. Come on down. Come on. All right, I'm out. This thing is pretty strong. I was thinking it might want to reject a little bit more. I was hoping it'd come down a bit more than what it did, but it is, even now, look, this thing ain't budging. Hey! I'm back to... All right, no soup. Yeah. Take profit trader. Code Clay if you want to get the deal. 40% off, no activation fee. Feed some hungry kids. That's an account blower. Huh? What's an account? Oh, yeah, for shorts right there. Yeah, that could have been rough. And then poor Jays, he was buying that pullback, so that's annoying. Bought the pullback, knocked him out, and then gave him the move he was looking for. Beyond Pirates. Baboons of the Caribbean. Yeah. It happens, Jays. It happens. We're right from an overall standpoint, but then the timing is just slightly off. Many of us have been there, brother. It is what it is. What are we talking about, Mike? Are you still talking about IBM, or are you not talking about what we're watching? You kind of created a little confusion because sometimes you're talking about IBM, and now maybe you're talking about futures. I don't know. You watching? Yeah. Do you see this move here? 820 up to 8. Let's call it 70. That's a 50-point move. The amount of money that you can make on 50 points in futures is you. It's not impossible on IBM, but the amount of capital that would be required and the amount of movement that would be required would be insanity compared to what would be required in this situation. I mean, that right there, 50 points, boom. All right, have a good one, W4. I appreciate you trying to talk some sense into some of these guys. Well, hey, did anybody take that long on gold? Again, I don't want to come across like that was a guarantee bounce, but holy smokes. There's a lot of stuff right there. Ba-boom. Did anybody take that? Any of you gold? I see Zokru, I think, did. I'm already locked out, or I would have. Man, you need to fire up another account, brother. Come on, get the proof of concept going. I mean, I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding. That was again, not a guaranteed setup, but that was a really good setup. So that's just what I mean, like the opportunity cost. The opportunity cost. I think I'm gonna stand down. Yeah, Neil's doing the Homer Simpson right now. He's backing into the bushes. Just checking the news real quick. We got anything crazy going on? Nope, not looking like anything. Did my buddy send me anything? Nope, no memes from my buddy. Sometimes those are funny to talk about. I mean, I genuinely feel bad. I don't even know if Minecraft is being serious, but if he is, I really feel bad. I cannot like day trading IBM. Oh, it breaks my heart. Are you here right now, Brian? Is there maybe a Brian here that maybe I know in my real life? Either yes or that timing was insane. Insanity. Hearing about Iran walking away from the talks. If that were true, there'd be a lot more action in the Brian. I would assume there'd be a lot more action. Oh, that's good. Yeah, it breaks my heart. It's crazy. Again, I love IBM in the category of investing. I'm an investor into IBM in the category of investing. But yeah, look at this. It's just like, what are we doing? Like, let's say this thing is right here, right there at 265.80, and then goes boom. So that would be a big green candle. And that brings it up to, I don't know, let's just say that's a dollar move right there. It's not a dollar move, but let's just say it's a dollar move. Like, okay, in order to make $100 on a dollar move, you would need 100 shares. So these right now are trading for 265.50. And then times 100, I mean, yes, you need $26,000. Like $26,000 to make $100. What are we doing? Or you could buy a prop account and make way more than that. Think about that. $26,000 needed to make $100. And again, $100 on that, a dollar move on IBM would be a really big candle. Right? So this is 265.50. 266.50 is like somewhere right around there. Can you imagine that size candle forming on NQ? Do you know how many points that thing would be worth? Like the math is just, it is just asinine. Like how much it doesn't make sense. I. No, you don't. All right. So Minecraft is lying. And if you have 501 leverage, you will blow that account so fast. So fast. As if that solves anything. But anyways, yeah. So Minecraft is either lying or they're about to get cooked at any moment. 500-1 leverage. But I'm pretty sure that's a lie. I am getting good. I'm getting better and better at quickly recognizing trolls. Took the short at 8:54, stopped out at 8:30. Hey, good job. Yeah, 24 points. Good job. That's my risk problem. I know my setups, why I'm a baboon. I'd rather scalp back to normal. Yeah, K Kim, they've been converting a lot of people over. I'm guilty of trading tokenized intel. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that means. That the line, that fake break earlier and went big green. Yeah, I'm not. So you're saying, I'm not sure what you're saying, Neil. Are you saying I should not have that line there, or are you just making an observation? All right, Jay, that's way better than your comment way earlier in the stream where you're like long. There you go. We can work with three numbers. That makes things very black and white. Yeah, and also, K Kim, I'm not sure. We had the conversation earlier, but there doesn't seem to be a standard time where you can expect to get your Pro Plus. I've heard as low as a few days. A couple people, it's been over a week. So I'm not quite sure how all that works behind the scenes. Okay, so you're going on a couple weeks now. Form of an ascending triangle. I don't know if I love it though, but I don't know. Should I like that more than I do? I think I might take a swing at it. You sure no broker can give? Yeah, if it is, it's some offshore. Who knows what you're doing? And 5-1 leverage, you will. It's only a matter of time before you get cooked. So you're either a liar or an absolute degenerate gambler, or a completely newbie who is at the epitome of ignorance. Because 501 leverage is just pure insanity. So those are the three things: liar, absolute degenerate, or ignorant newbie. Hey, what's up, Mats? And given you have a picture of a Minecraft thing, I mean, yeah, yeah. If anybody doesn't, so just the reason why this is just so stupid, if you don't know how leverage works. So let's say he put, $100 into an account. And then, well, he's got 500 leverage, so we got to multiply that by 500. That means he has $50,000 of purchasing power. If you go and buy something with $15,000 of buying power and you only have $100 before like the margin call kicks in, like that's cooked account big time, and that's only with $100 of leverage. No, I do not day trade options at all anymore because day trading options is garbage. No, Minecraft, you're again, dude, you're full of garbage. You're full of garbage. Works fine so far. Yeah, exact. Remember one of the categories, ignorant newbie? Yeah. Don't have to be rude, bro. I'm not. I'm being loving. There's nothing more loving I could do than tell you that you are being not smart. There's nothing more loving than me telling you you are a moron, assuming it's true, to use 500 to 1 leverage. I assure you that is the loving thing to do. I could not be any more. In fact, I may not be loving enough. Calling you a moron may not be strong enough terms. So I apologize for not being loving enough because I'm not quite sure that's a strong enough term. 500 to 1 leverage. The fact that that's not insane to you just tells that you're very, very new. But I love you. That's why I'm telling you. You are being an absolute dented moron baboon to be using 500 to 1 leverage. Not to mention it's probably some shady offshore broker. So your credit cards have probably been hacked by now. You're probably buying cheese sticks from Lebanon right now, or some hacker is using your account to buy cheese sticks from Lebanon right now. But again, I don't actually believe you, for the record. But in the event that because as hard as it's to believe, folks, I have been wrong before. But in the event I am wrong and you're actually with a broker that offers 501 leverage, then I just want to hedge that and let you know out of love, you are a moron. Prop is based in Iran. Yeah, exactly. Like North Korea or something like that. Yeah, exactly. The irony of that. In fact, maybe he's got to be joking because that's such a hilarious thing. You've got to be careful with sizing. Yes. 500 to 1 leverage. Careful with size. Uh-huh. You are welcome, John. Hey, George, that's fair. Don't be hating on Lebanese cheese sticks. You're right. That's fair, George. I can't push back against that. That's fair point. No, he said he's trading IBM, Neil. That's why I think it's just part of the troll, the ongoing joke. They aren't going to margin the account. They let him run into the red. No, yeah, that's what I mean. There's no way. Like that would be there's that would be illegal, right? I don't know what the law would be like, but can you imagine that as a business model? We're gonna give you 500 to 1 leverage. We're not gonna margin call you. We're gonna let you go into massive debt, and then we're just gonna charge you interest the rest of your life. Beautiful, Brian. By the way, beautiful business model. I'm not quite sure that would be legal in the United States. I'm pretty sure that would be like there would be something illegal about that. Like some sort of usury laws would be violated. That's hilarious though. I like the model, but so for $1,000 you can trade. That's what I mean, Neil. He is trolling with us. Poor kid. Poor kid. Uh, I'm gonna go home. Yeah, probably a good call. Are there any garlic growers here? That's funny you asked that. I was told to pick up some. I had to go to the store last night. My wife texted me. Can you get some garlic? So no, that's not really what you're asking, but it's some. What are the chances that I had to buy garlic last night? And then you're asking about any garlic growers in here? Maybe Charles, like Office Space. Oh crap! Or what's the line? Oh man, I always do that when he misplaced the decimal. Uh, Maybe along down here around the lower trend line. You know what I bought last? Okay, honest question. What do you do with a coconut? I saw a coconut at Walmart. I'm like, that's a coconut. That's, I think it was $2.29. I'm going to buy that coconut. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with the coconut, but I'm going to buy that coconut. So does anybody have any like recipes? Like what am I supposed to do with like a coconut? That's like what you would see in a movie. Like the brown, like hairy, what do I do with that? You crack it open and eat the white meat. Isn't there like a liquid in there? So the white meat is the white part on the inner? Well, no, you don't just eat it. Like I don't think like the outer shell I'm not supposed to eat. Am I, Jay Keith? Just eat it. Like that's the worst advice I've seen in a while. Define it. Like can I eat the outer shell? To be fair, I don't know anything about a coconut. Can I eat the outer shell? Only some have liquid. Can you live stream? I'm about to sue Jay Keith. If I eat that thing, I'm suing him to the Stone Age. He told me to just eat it. It works for sunscreen too. Okay, now he's defined the term it. He does not mean the outer shell. Are there holes drilled? Yeah, like I think there's like three. I'll have to look closer. That is true. You could eat all of it, but like, should I eat it? Is there like, yeah. And then right next to it was like a leaf. Oh no, aloe vera leaf. Aloe vera leaf. Yeah. What am I supposed to do with that? To some bears, more skin, fresh. Okay, so you don't eat it because that was right next to it was aloe vera leaf, and this was all in the produce section. So I told my wife that. She's like, oh, I thought that was like a medicine like type thing. Like, what do you use that? But yeah, according to this, you don't actually eat that. You would use it for is a fleshly succulent packed with a cooling clear gel. It is primarily used to soothe sunburns, moisture skin, and heal minor irritations. Oh, so I could use that with some of you guys in the chat and heal minor irritations. Oh, maybe I should get one of that. It's used to make horse noises. What's the reason you banned Minecraft? Well, why are you here under a new name when I didn't ban you? Can you tell me that? Why do you have multiple names? See, the trolling case continues against this guy. Now he's back under a new name, acting like it's not him. Bunch of... I swear. That's crazy. It's crazy how many crackheads are out in the world. It's actually kind of worrisome. Oh, so you can eat it? Okay. Eat the white coconut, use outer shell to cook something. Really? So you can burn the outer shell? I will be coming back. Yeah, why do you sniff paint? So why are you banned him? They really need to somehow put a warning label on paint to not sniff it. It's crazy. Give us a good reason. You got a mouse in your pocket? He was not who is us? He was not banned. That's what I mean by these crackheads. And I'm not that used to be kind of funny until it dawned on me. And I've explained to people in my real life how live streaming is cool because you can talk to people from around the world, from all over the United States, of all walks of life. I could literally go from talking to a sweet grandma to somebody my age to maybe like a very motivated teenager to literally somebody that is high on meth to somebody that is a bipolar to somebody that lives in their mom's basement as like a 35-year-old. Then I could go back to talk to a very successful business owner. Like, it's weird. So like when I say crackhead, like I'm not even saying that to be funny anymore. Like I have very little doubt that I have definitely talked to bipolar people on this thing, crackheads on this thing, people. Well, I mean, one guy, Comrade, he admitted to being drunk, which I respect. So yeah, people who sniff paint aren't reading warning labels. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's hard logic to overcome. I feel like you're listening to all the voice in your head. Opening a coconut is less like cooking and more. Well, I always see it on like Survivor and stuff. They have the machete. Would a hammer work? Yeah, okay. So here's the next question. What is the best way to open up a coconut? Opening like a legit coconut. What's the best way to open it? Oh, and then the other question is does it taste like what would be in the store? Can I use a hammer? Tanner, right? Throw it down cement stairs. Because I have a very caveman palate. I will eat pretty much anything. I don't like black licorice. Don't like olives. Don't like coconut. But like I think I've been told before, like the coconut that I've always had is not actually like real coconut. All right, see you later, Cam Van. I'm waiting for a long at this lower trend line if it wants to drop down there. Trying to be patient, trying to talk coconuts. We are talking coconuts. We're talking crackheads. We're talking paint sniffers. We're talking tread lines. What don't we talk about here? I saw my grandparents just peel the brown hair off with hands, inside part. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry about the tread line there. If you look up on Googleable, there is a certain place. So it feels way different than store bought dried coconut. But does it still taste the same? I guess only one way to find out. Pinogan is flipper just. All right. Oh, it's true. I'll give credit. Trump has not spoken in a while, at least during trading hours. Now, granted, maybe it's only been like 3 days, but for him, that's a long time. Coconut has medicinal properties. It's a great source of fat, good fat. Yep. Just like nuts. Nuts are a great. Get some of that monosaturated and what's the other one? Mono and doggone it. Polysaturated. Careful, the white wheat is mega fiber and yeah. Yeah, coconut will clear out those bowels, won't they? I guess tomorrow you'll know if I ate into that coconut. Because I'll be having to do what? Bathroom breaks every what? 10 minutes? I thought yesterday he boosted the market with a post. Maybe, but I was talking more so about like speeches. It seems like it's been a while since he's done a speech. Might go long out of boredom. Hey, that's the best way to do it. I think that is the holy grail indicator. When bored, get long. That might be. I think that is the most beneficial indicator out there. Just use your levels of boredom. All right, down at the tread line here, maybe along. Where's the long? I'm waiting for you to tell me. Slick Nick. Been waiting this whole time. I'm waiting for Neil to tell me when he's really bored. Then I'm getting in. All right, base hits. I appreciate that. 3 numbers, brother. So I guess what you're short. If 8:30 is your entry, no. Okay, no, you know. Okay, he must be long. 8:30 is his buy. 8:20 is his stop. 8:60 is his target. In at the bottom, out of the top of the range. Yeah. I assumed. I assumed that looking at your numbers there. In at the bottom, out of the top. I mean, that is the best way to go about it. I don't know why I make trading more hard than what it is. Just buy low, sell high. Brown old coconut water tastes like a liquid that gave up. Young green water is much better. I'm assuming the coconuts at Walmart are not. Again, this could be a very poor assumption on my part. I'm assuming they're still relatively fresh. I mean, they weren't on clearance or anything. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of that trend line. Do we get the bouncer off the 200 SMA? In long now. I'm about to join you. I'm going to join Slick Nick. Or at least I'm going to try to join Slick Nick. If that green line turns blue, I'm in. No, he's talking about the water. Oh, I see what he said. I see. So brown. Okay, so we should not drink the liquid in the coconut that we have. Gotcha. I'm sorry. I see what you're saying. Uh-oh, Slick Nick, we're getting dumped all over, man. You can drink it, it's just not as good, according to Telnets. I mean, my expectations are already kind of low, given it's coming from Walmart, but maybe I'll lower them down a little bit more. I'm buying some more. If this thing comes up here, we still got a chance for this thing to bounce right off this 200. I have almost added. Trying to add at the green line, looking for the bounce up off this 200 SMA. I've added. Looking like a nice candle here. Can it continue to develop? Or not? That was a dirty move. That was so dirty. I'm adding more, though. I think you're just trying to fool me out. Okay, and added some more. Come on, come on, come on. Push. Push, brother. Push. Come on. Come on. I'll follow it up. So my stop is basically at break even for these final 5. All right, stopped out there. All right. Green trade, a little disappointing, but it is what it is. It's hard to try to trade, talk coconuts, understand which ones have the good liquid, which ones don't. See, as it comes back, do I try again though now? Ooh, wow, I'm glad I put my stop in where I did. Am I about to get long here again? I think I might. Like I said, it's bounced off here before. There. Can we get another bounce? That is the question. 5 minutes got me a little worried though. I'm gonna go right there instead. Clay's baboon ship name at a different name, and you know that's a script longer overdue. Oh, my friend. A comma here, a comma there. A period just there. Would do wonders for you, Zokru. It would do wonders for you. Again, trying to get long at the green line. Let's see if it wants to come down. Come on down, brother. Come on down. What would you say your win rates? I don't want to say are worthless, but very overrated. It's possible to have a win rate of 95% and not make money. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the win rate. I don't track my win rate. Whatever. Again, I'm not going to go as far as to call a win rate a worthless statistic. It's close though. It is close. Especially in the world of prop firms, where you could literally have a 10% win rate and still be making money. I know that doesn't sound possible, but yeah, prop firms are pretty cool. I'd like to think that I win more than I lose, but so yeah, I'll look. It's at least 51%. At least 51. No, 50.1. It's at least 50.1%. I'm going to call it, but I can't quit you. Oh, you're not calling anything, Neil. You'll be too bored. Yeah, exactly. 50.3000 zeros, 1%. If that's on higher time frames, that a trap, and if you swing, that's where pro traders do. Do we have a translator? I never trade options. Never really got into it. Just do options. Yeah, options, day trading options don't make any sense. Why, you may ask? Well, it's been a long time since I've done this, but to illustrate the quick math of how options don't make sense. So when you buy something, the obvious way to make money, so if you buy there, obvious way to make money is if it goes up. Okay, of course, yeah, you make money. Obvious way to lose money is if you buy and it goes down. Okay, fine, fair enough. You lose money. But every price can do three things. What happens if it just goes sideways? Well, in the world of options, well, you also lose money. Why? Well, because there is something called theta. So let's think about the math of all this. Of the three things a price can do, two of those three things will cause you to lose money, meaning you have a 67% chance of losing money when you are day trading options. Now you may be saying, hey, Clay, I make money as a day trader of options. That is super, super impressive. I am impressed. But my pushback to you would be, yeah, but can you imagine how much more money you would be making? How much more money you would have already made is if you did not have to worry about theta? And that's where futures are awesome. They are contracts, but there is no theta on these contracts. So day trading options, again, mathematically, as you just saw, makes your life so much harder than it actually needs to be. Again, Matt, that does not do anything. That does not do anything to eliminate theta. What is the indicator on TradingView that has the gray lines on the far right? Number one, this is not TradingView. This is Tradovate. And then this is called the volume profile. You are welcome. All right, am I about to try a long down here? I think so. Let's just move this down at this point. Ooh, Duck Soul. I'm gonna wait for confirmation though. I'm not gonna just buy right there. I want to see if it wants to perhaps act as support. Watch, I buy here, it dumps, I sell, it goes up. Oh, Slick Nick's having a fade day. Well, I wish you would have told me that earlier. Well, no, I got long. I don't know if you made money on that. I don't remember which one it was. Here? I think here at least I made some money on that one. All right, we're at the level. Here we go. I will get long if it wants to come back up there. See if we can get the bounce off that yellow line. That green line turns blue. I am long. So far, so good. That yellow line continues to hold strong. You can see there's support, support, support. So I guess in some senses, trying to play triple. Okay, well. I guess it could be a fake breakdown. Okay, have an order still. Like I said, I'm only want to buy if it wants to start to show some strength, but right now it is not showing any strength. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel that out. So I'm glad I waited for confirmation. Waiting for confirmation helped to save me from entering into a losing trade. And again, Matt's 8211. I am undefeated. When I started the live stream 15, 16 months ago, every single options day trader that decided to go try futures trading through a prop firm has come back and they're like, oh yeah, thank you, Clay. It is so much better. Because not only do you not have theta, futures move way better than options anyways. But even if they move the same, the fact that futures do not have theta should be reason enough mathematically to be like, oh yeah, I don't want to deal with theta. But like, futures are so nice, they give you the cherry on top. Not only do we not have theta, says futures, we also move way better than options. Wow, we bleed it. Dead bodies all over the place. I'm trying to long right there. Yes, this is a knife catch. I would not call it a degenerate knife catch because there's some logic behind it. Now, is it good logic or not? I don't know, but it's at least logic. It's not randomness. Let the candles hit the floor. Let the candles hit the floor. Let the candles hit the floor. Neil, we need at least, okay, I'm giving the Neil rule. You need to give us at least 2 numbered trade plans every live stream. It's too much trust me, bro. Too much trust me, bro. We need at least 2 trade plans with numbers ahead of time. All right, looking for a long at that green line. I'm trying to catch a knife. There's no need to lie to myself. I'm actually going to bring it down a little bit more. Right there. I don't want your account stats. I want just to see stuff right now in real time. That's all. Like, I do trust you. I do trust you. I'm just saying it would be nice to, because I am still trying to understand what actually you're doing. So just from a strictly curiosity standpoint too, numbers every now and then would be helpful. Some volume on this candle. Yeah, so right now we are at this move right here is going on almost 100 points. And the way points operate in futures, like you're not seeing gains like this in options. But Clay, there is this option that I saw go 400%. I know. It's still got nothing. Still got nothing on futures. By the way, Matt, I'm not saying that's your voice. That is just my random voice. Hey, dork, thank you. Jerk. But thank you, sir. Thank you, dork. That's his name? This guy is a jerk. Somebody just super chatted him $5 and he called him a dork. How cruel. That's his name. All right, John, have a good one. Okay, again, Matt, you are not overcoming my argument. Take note, my argument is not you cannot make money day trading options. My argument is you're making your life harder than it needs to be. So in fact, I would argue you would have made way more today than 5,000 had you been day trading futures in a prop firm, especially if you did some copy trades or something. That would be clue number 1 of people not listening to arguments. I make the argument and they're like, well, I made money today. Whoever said you couldn't make money? It's an argument of efficiency. Does Trade of 8 have anchored VWAP? I don't think so. They might in the community indicators. I don't know. Do you give the things time to cook, or are you constantly scalping? Slick Nick. If you're constantly scalping, that would make sense. You can't trade individual stocks though with futures. Right, you continue to make my point of why futures are awesome. Reason number 1, futures move way better than stocks. Reason number 2, I love not having to scan for stocks. Like, I love every day not having to scan for anything because I know what I'm going to trade every day because the same thing every single day gives multiple opportunities. I love the extra time I have in my schedule because I don't have to sit there and run scans. Matt, you're just digging the hole deeper. That's what I love about Pam's plan. What I love about my argument of day trading in the category of day trading futures through a prop firm, when people try to tell me like, well, this, I'm like, you're literally making the argument for me. Yes, exactly. You can't trade individual stocks. Who cares? I don't want to trade individual stocks. I so love not having to spend any time at all every morning scanning stocks, scanning to see what stocks are moving or the hot stocks. I love. Time is the most valuable commodity. Anything that frees up time, I argue, is good for efficiency. That scanner Christmas tree thing from Lightspeed was nuts. Yeah, I love not having to pay attention to that. Guessing this will drop below 700. Oh, that seems reasonable. Running scams is fun. All right. James, just with kind of the ominous comment. What? Oh, you know what I do. You know what I do. Given I don't have to get out of bed as early anymore because I don't have to scan for stuff, that just gives me a little bit more, little time to give my wife a little kiss. Uh-oh, I think James is very far behind on the live stream. Okay, now his comment makes sense when we were talking about the baboon den, but that had to have been what, 20, 25 minutes ago, if not more? James, you are very far. Oh, okay, well, there's the bounce. Well, I tried. I just got where it pulled back to, not right. I mean, yeah, I would have considered, but now Meech, there's not much I can do with this. Holy smokes. Okay. Okay, so you're going to be our competitor of the baboon den. Sounds like same business model we're using. So we're going to be competitors. Which also on the note, hey Clay, do you are you gonna trade? What are they're gonna do like stock futures? Are you gonna be trading these stock futures? No, no, I don't want to scan among a bunch of stock futures. The whole point, one of my favorite things about futures is I don't have to spend any time scanning. I don't have to track like several different things at once. It's already annoying enough when I have gold and like ES over here. So no, I have zero plan, zero desire to trade any of the newly coming stock futures. Because I don't want to scan. There's no need for it. I've not made the transitions to futures. Everything you're saying makes sense. I mean, and the reason why it makes sense, Daniel, is because I'm using math, right? That's why defeating the arguments are very difficult because at the end of the day, by definition, they make sense because math is logic, right? At its purest form, that's what math represents. It's structure, it's logic, it's reasoning. That's why we're ultimately taught math in school. When am I ever going to need to know how to do algebra? That's not the point. The point is learning algebra is teaching your mind how to logically think through things. Okay, if this is true, then that, then that. So yeah, the reason why, Daniel, everything I'm saying makes sense is because you see the math and you're like, oh, that makes sense. It's like, well, yes, because that's what math is. Math is logic. Which is why when I say what you're doing does not make sense, I mean that in the very literal sense. Like logically speaking, it does not make sense to throw theta into your life if you don't need to. Buying options, that is. I know. There's always a person that comes up from like the outlier. Well, Clay, you could sell, and you're right. You're right. But generally speaking, don't be a beta, ditch theta. Ooh, that might be a t-shirt. Shorting your yellow line. You know, I wasn't even thinking to do that. That would have been, yeah. Hopefully I would have seen that in time, but yeah, you're right. Not anymore. When did I get into futures? Probably about 2 years ago. Best decision I could have ever made. And again, this is coming from somebody that has about 17 years or so of experience day trading options and stocks. I regret not moving to futures a lot sooner. I don't beat myself up too much about the prop firms because, yeah, prop firms, in my mind, needed to get more of a track record. But enough time has passed. It's the same prop firms are around. The same ones are paying. So the track record has been established. Trump is getting ready to speak. Well, I blew 25K earlier, but I made. Reaper, who are you with? Is that with Take Profit Trader? All right, James, I appreciate the 3 numbers, brother. I just caught the aggressive move off the order block. Okay, so you're already part of the cult then, BVT man. You're already part of that cult. Oh, okay. Then never mind. Because if you're with Take Profit Trader, I'd say, uh-oh, you violated the one rule. Yeah, no, exactly, Daniel. That's exactly it. Theta. It's just it's a bummer. It is a bummer. No, that's fine, Reaper. I didn't know if I needed to correct you or not with that number, but you're good. Reaper, as long as you're using code Clay with Lucid, we're friends. Because I do have a code. Code Clay, all caps, with your prop firm of choice. Although I personally like Take Profit Trader. Do you accept song submission Clay Trader? No, all that's got to be organic. But oh, that reminds me. Have you guys seen the footage of after United States beat Australia? Of the crowd singing "Take Me Home," Country Roads. Who's seen that footage? Thank you, Reaper. That is a massive stop, Meech. So you must have one MNQ. Holy smokes. Oh, typo. Okay. 25-point stop. Gotcha. There we go. All I'm going to say is we were ahead of the curve on that. Country Roads Trading, or Country Road Concepts, was around. Because what's going to happen is we're going to get accused of, oh, you're stealing that from the World Cup. That's where your Country Road Concepts come from. But thankfully, all these live streams are in the archive. So we will be able to prove, no, we were ahead of the curve. Yeah, no, exactly, Daniel. There's just, from a day trading, there's no reason for it. I'm up $600 today off the Asian. Yeah, that was crazy in the middle of the night. That was a big move. When I woke up this morning, I'm like, what do you mean the market's down 800 points right now? Because when I went to bed, I could have sworn it was like barely budging. All right, do I try the double bottom down here? I am. I'm going to try the double bottom right there. If that green line turns blue, I'm in. I am in. Come on. Come on. Come on. New candle here is about to start. Oh boy. Okay, that was not. Okay, I'm going to add some more if it comes back up now to the green line. So if it comes up to the green line, I'm adding more. Partial fill. That was kind of weird. Okay. Come on now, brother. Let's go. Bounce now or it's game over. Mental stop lows. Push, brother. Come on. Come on. Country road. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We got some road construction here. To the place. Nope, we got road construction. I belong West Virginia, mountain mama mia. Take me home, country roads. Take me home. There we go. That's Country Road Concepts right here. West Virginia's up here, though. If we can get up to that point right there, that is West Virginia. That means it's a banger of a trade. So we're on the country road. We're just trying to see if it can take us to West Virginia or not. It will be a green trade, though. But let's see if we can get to West Virginia. Uh-oh. Come on. Let's get to West Virginia. Not sure it's interested in West Virginia. Okay. Here's also Country Road Concepts. There's the country road. This is part of it. By the way, you have to do these things. See the road dashes. Did I just get hit? Did we get another one hit? We did. All right. Get my stop loss changed to 4 now. Come on, country roads. Country road. There we go. Put my stop right there. Come on, country roads. Get back on that road, brother. Take me home to the place I belong. Right there. That's where I belong. Right there. That's the line is West Virginia. Come on. Let's get to West Virginia. Uh-oh. Got some road construction. Got some orange barrels right now. Could be headed to the Florida. Maybe so. I'm not going to complain about that, but we got to just get to West Virginia first. Well, let's first get to this next target. Come on, country roads. All right, right now my median right there. Look at that. The dotted paint is a rejection point. Draw more beer? Where's the first beer that I drew? I don't see any beer. I see a country road, and I see West Virginia. Get up there. Hit that next target. Hit me. Get up. Come on, brother. Oh, come on, country roads. Stupid road construction. Come on, don't care. We'll just run over the orange barrels. It'll be fine. The orange barrels are just a suggestion. Come on. Reduce speed zones, merely a suggestion, brother. Oh my goodness, you dirty rat. This is going to feel like a massive failure now if I get stopped out. Look how close 2 in a row were to hitting that target. Come on, country roads. So far the roads, it has not been a smooth journey, but come on. Hit that next one. Oh, come on. Come on, country. I'm trying to build a cult here of country road concepts. Come on. Take me home to the place. Let's get to West Virginia now. Let's go. No. Oh, could not make it to West Virginia. But we tried. We tried. It's because country roads don't know. Hey. That's part of this. That's part of the concepts. You have to draw the median. Now is this a short though? This could be spicy. Short somewhere down around here-ish. I don't know where to put the stop. Thanks, Mats. Electric car had to stop. Yeah. And then somebody spilled some water on the charger, Ron, and it fried everything. I'm telling you, Mats, you got to at least try. At least just try futures. Again, make sure to do it in a prop firm because futures will knock your socks off with how quick they move. I don't think you'll turn back, brother. You didn't even draw any roadkill or beer cans because that's not part of it. That was not that part of it. I like where we're going with this, though. This can help us build out the scam system. We'll just randomly say, uh-oh, roadkill. No, that's what we can call moving averages. Like instead of just calling something a resistance, we'll call it roadkill. And then beer cans can be like, what could beer pan? Where could beer? Oh, okay. Beer cans are this. Like previous highs. Like, we got some beer cans up there that we got to fight through. So the more highs, like if there's a bunch of highs, there'd be a bunch of beer cans. There we go. Now we're cooking. Oh man, we're gonna sucker in so many people. Excuse me, what strategy do you use? I use country road concepts. And then people will be running around other live streams like, oh, watch out for the beer cans. Oh my goodness. Okay, now we got quite the, okay. I do like that as a short. F1. Yeah, we're going to have all sorts. Worst trade of day. Uh-oh. Are you still have your account? Are you okay, Zokru? Yeah, I'm trying to short up there, Neil. Right there, brother. Although, did it just hit West Virginia? Did that one knock me out and then it just went up there and hit? It did hit West Virginia, didn't it? Did anybody survive this pullback and get your West Virginia point? Did anybody get West Virginia? I'm in long. From what level? If it hit external LQ, just a little pull. Okay, BVT Batman, you're trolling, right? You're just trying to irritate us? Did it ever dawn on you, good sir, that maybe the reason why you've cooked like 5 accounts today is because you're part of a cult that is actually a joke? Is that possible at all, BVT man? I mean, I'm not trying to rub in the fact that you've cooked a lot of accounts, but like, can we at least find common ground that that's maybe a possibility of what's going on here? You're so focused on using this big lingo, and you're not focused enough on just basic practical trading? Doggone it. Okay, well, BVT Batman, or BVT man, don't use that crap around here. If you want to... Again, I understand it makes you feel warm and fuzzy because you can use all this, like, stupid lingo that makes you sound smart, but, like, to other people, we just sit there like, dude, just stop. Like, you're in one of two categories. You're either young or you're a foreigner. I don't know why. Still trying to figure out my thesis on why the call is so well, I understand why it's attractive to young people, because young people, like, they just want to kind of sound smart. But, like, I don't know why the system is attractive to so many foreigners. Still thinking through that one. I don't have any really good ideas. Yeah, you know, you're definitely in the cult. You sound like a clown running around using that terminology. You are definitely in the cult. I don't sell courses, though. What does that have to do with anything? That is the most dented logic ever. I don't sell courses, as if that proves something one way or the other. Okay, how old are you? Either how old are you and where do you live, BVT man? I think you'll be honest. How old are you and where do you live? I have not seen Big Mom in a while, Sugar, but Blueberry was here earlier. Who is your daddy and what does he do? Classic. Yeah, you're the only one here right now, Sugar. Clay's call equal. I know. My cult is clarity. Crazy for a cult, huh? Isn't that a weird cult to be part of? Like, hey, can we just get some clarity? Crazy. I will own that, though, Vat One, for sure. If you want to say that Clay's cult is the one of clarity, I'm all for it. I know. It's a savage name, Sugar. He keeps making... See... Is that even a thing? Like CRT, like that had such the I mean, that was in the headlines for a few years. But now that you say that, I haven't seen that in a while. It's like, I guess it's run its course. Like the media doesn't talk about it anymore. That's funny. But man, yeah, CRT used to always be in the news. It's weird. The news just goes in cycles. The clarity cult of, hey, I'll take that. The C, and okay, we'll engineer it up. We'll call it C cubed. Yes, it does, James. Code Clay all caps. Again, whatever any prop firm is advertising as the deal, Code Clay all caps gives you that deal. Clay, you a sports fan? Not really. I used to be like, well, I still like Ohio State football, but I used to take that stuff way too seriously. Until it dawned on me, why am I letting 18 to 22-year-old kids ruin my day? Like that's kind of pathetic, dude. Like I remember being ages 18 to 22. Why would I let that age range of dudes potentially ruin my day? Crazy. I once had an older guy tell me that, and that's always stuck with me. I'm like, that's a good point. Clay, the fact that you would let that even ruin your day is really bad. It's just the game. I agree. Hence my point about how I took it way too serious. Like I had issues in that regard. That was a nice CRT trade. Took out the West Virginia or the WV. Sorry, yeah. We can't actually say the words. It's all got to be. Well, why did things get squirrely? The cult member. I ask his age and location. He goes silent. Dun 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 dun. So the question we have to determine though, as we build our cult, I don't think I've ever done a country roads concepts trade to the short side though. Can that work? Where are you headed? I guess West Virginia can be south. I guess we would just say, okay, we're in like Canada right now, so we got to get down to West Virginia. ASL. Yeah, exactly. Poor kid scared him away. I think he's telling his mom on us. Mom, this man wants to know where I live, and he wants to know my age. That's true. That's kind of, yeah, that was kind of creepy. Hey, buddy, what's your age? Where do you live? I didn't mean it like that. It was for data collection purposes. Folks will folks will get folks will get. I'll never forget when I lost my prop firm tilt. By the way. No. For me, yeah, this would be my old school. This would be mine. 43M. So that would be me right there. Hey, Clay, we have an issue with my name. Do you imagine? I mean, when I hear sugar, I don't think of a dude, clearly. I do not live in San Francisco, okay? So when I hear sugar, I go to like not a guy. well well played. See, that's what I mean. Somebody earlier was like, "How do you how do you trade for 4 hours?" It's like, well, again, I'm not totally trading for 4 hours straight. We're shooting the breeze. We're goofing around. We're laughing. We're having a good time. I'm asking dudes their age and where they live. There's nothing creepy going on at all here. I'm in a windowless van down by the river on 56K dial-up internet, and I'm asking dudes how old they are and where they live. There's nothing weird going on at all. Hey Clay, what do you do when your strategy does not work anymore? Uh, just do a different strategy. That's why I would say have multiple strategies. Sorry, guys. I'm here to trade, not to confuse your love. It's okay, Sugar. We like you. My wife knows. My wife now knows. She doesn't have to get on my case. Who are you talking to in there? Who's Sugar? Who's Big Mama? Who's Blueberry? She now knows that I'm not talking to strippers. I'm just talking to, the chat. No, Serpent. She's good now. She understands. At first, we had some long conversations. I swear, Sugar's not who you think they are. That's true. I guess now I could talk to them, but yeah, I'll pass. Oh, that's true. I could have asked the one dude, "How old are you? Where do you live? What are you wearing right now?" I could have asked. That would have been rough. Clay married bombshell, blonde. You go live nowhere. The ab. What? Is that a comma? Did Zokru just use a comma? That a boy, brother. That a boy. A little punctuation. Still work to do. Still work to do. But you used the comma. Trying to figure out if I want to short this trend line or not. And I cried. Oh, how's oil doing? Not a whole lot. Is this troll material? Is what troll material? I don't know how to deal with it, but I have to remind myself there's always like new people coming on board. So like in theory, there was somebody that showed up when I'm talking about living in a windowless van, asking people where they live, how old they are, and people are probably like, click off. Hopefully people stick around a little bit just to get the understand things. A question and a statement. Yeah, all wrapped in one. Don't cry for me, Argentina. Okay, Claire, where were you hatched at? Where was I born? The state that delivered Grover Cleveland, William Harding, Neil Armstrong, LeBron James. There's got to be more people than that. The Logan brothers. That's where I was. Ohio. Imagine someone new and you. Yeah, I know that's happened before. Yeah, that's true. When I was singing Spice Girls at one time, somebody literally logs on. Oh, live trading. Oh, okay. Let's see, and then they log on, and I'm sitting here. Yeah. William Wexford. Who's that? Did you know? Well, I'll let you research on that. Is it hard talking by yourself? No. That because I'm not. To me, I'm not talking by myself. I understand. I didn't visually, audibly. What am I talking about? I realize I didn't audibly hear you say that, but I don't know. In my mind, that's like that might as well be you saying that. So yeah, in my mind, I'm not really talking. So, okay, this is when it becomes hard, and this is when I start to gripe. When the chat box goes silent, that's when it feels like I'm literally talking by myself. Let's see a progress pic of the house. Yeah, there's not a whole lot going on right now. Just still roughing with the, well, electrical, I think, is done now. Hey, low dots. All right, are we gonna make a move, or are we just gonna putz around this tread line here? Well, hey, if you enjoy the stream, if you want to help support it, help keep it ad free, and just flat out help keep it going, then code Clay, all caps. That is case sensitive, so it's got to be all caps. With any of these prop firms I recommend I love Take Profit Trader, especially if you're a beginner to the prop firm space. But I understand everybody's at different stages of their journey. Some of you are looking to copy trade across multiple firms. So any of these, code Clay will give you the current deal. So whatever deals are being advertised, whatever promotions are being advertised at any of these prop firms, code Clay, again, case sensitive, all caps, will give you that deal. So it helps you accomplish a couple things. You're helping to save yourself money, and you're helping to support a stream, keep it ad free, and just keep the stream moving and alive. So many of you have used code Clay, so I thank you. You're having practical effects. You are the reason why there are no ads on this thing. Why you can watch this ad free. It is because of you and then others that have used code Clay. So I do appreciate that. Well, I'm going to go ahead and call it good. On your way out, if you don't mind hitting that like button, that would be fantastic. I'll be back tomorrow at the very latest, 11 a.m. Eastern. Usually I do show up early, though, so if you want to know exactly when I go live, that is, we're hitting the notification bell, will help out quite a bit there. So if you're not yet a subscriber, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications. And like I said, I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern at the very latest. So thank you, everybody, for being here. Take care. I'll see you back tomorrow. Hit that like button, code Clay, all caps. Feed some hungry kids. Take care. Have a good one.